時に、
そうですね、1時間ずれてる、ね。
はい、正月の5時に。シティさんはどっちが勝つと思いますか、この2試合。
そう気がするから本当に分かんない。
確かに
どっちにも全然
メンチ落ちるんっていうメンバーというかチームです。池田
It is the ZQ Survivors versus the GG Hunter. It will be the opera singer on Moonlit River Park. It seems like she's already making her way to the fourth stop where the survivor has already started to transition away. It is going to be the patient, and he's already made it to these pallets. Will be throwing down that pallet, getting his hook ready. Will be able to transition to the opposite side of the wall. Hunter has to make her way all around. Will be able to throw down this pallet. She will be breaking it immediately while he transitions away to a different kiting area. Hunter is in her shadow form, so she is very fast, going to be catching up real soon. Will be using his second hook, but was not quite able to make it out to the opposite side, but he was on the platform. Will be eating this first hit onto the survivor and will be transitioning away from all these remnants that the hunter has left in this area. Will be able to transition to the opposite side of that pallet with the hook. Hunter warping right away and closing the distance, catching up here real quick. Will be eating a hit and will be going down incredibly fast here. Wonderful utilization of the warp cipher machines at 73%, 44%, and 41%. It is an opera singer, so it is hard to get a lot of cipher progress at the beginning of the first kite. Hunter already seeking out another survivor in this area. It is Xing H, and it is the first officer. Hunter will be returning back to the chair, making sure that there is no backdoor save happening. Survivors have completed their first cipher machine. It was the acrobat, and we do have a survivor giving tinnitus right next to the chair. It is going to be the gardener already making her way to the chair with her bubble. Will be able to get that save. But the patient will be getting hit right away and unable to escape or utilize any items because he doesn't have any hooks left. He already used up all 3 hooks at the beginning of his first kite. Hunter will not be getting any additional hits onto the gardener, so gardener will be able to still be at full health. Hunter will be bringing the patient to the chair for the second time. And it looks like Xing H is still in the area, and Hunter is also going towards where Fulan, the gardener, was, but it looks like they will have the first officer coming for the save. Xing H is the I already said first officer. Will be using his pocket watch. He does also have tide turner, so this can buy the survivors a lot more time. A very good job avoiding all these hits. Using his pocket watch the second time, will be getting a hit and getting the save off onto the patient. Hunter will be chasing Tian, who is the patient. Will be getting a hit on him right away, and patient just using this last remaining time available to just transition to the second story of this building. Will be dying here at this window instead. San S is in the area, but he is the acrobat. He doesn't have much harassment ability, so it doesn't look like he'll be able to stop this survivor from being eliminated, as he is on his third chair, and he will be returning to the manor. Looks like 4 cipher machines will be completed very quickly. Hunter will be teleporting and going to the bridge cipher machine. Will be getting a hit right away onto the gardener. That was an amazing hit, and it looks like she will be the next chase for this Hunter. Will be going down immediately. Amazing first initial hit as soon as she teleported, so that was amazing. And basement is here. It's starting to look very bad for the side of the survivors. It was looking incredibly good because they were able to complete all 4 cipher machines by the time the first survivor was eliminated, but this sudden turn of events and this wonderful teleportation on the side of the Hunter is really changing the tides of the game. But it does look like the survivors are working on that 5th cipher machine. It is at 50%, and it doesn't quite look like the rescuer is anywhere close to the basement. It doesn't look like the survivors are going to be coming for the safe. Hunter will start making her way towards the cipher that is being worked on at 74%. And it looks like she will be chasing the acrobat for now, but acrobat is at full health and he does have all 3 balls, and if he most likely has the 4th ball because he was decoding a lot, so he has a lot of resources. Will be using his first ball, avoiding the hit. Hunter going back to a remnant. Will be able to throw down that pallet. Amazing job in avoiding all these hits, but he's kind of stuck here, and he will be eating his first hit, and will be going up to the first stop platform. It does look like the survivors got a backdoor save. The first officer was able to get the save off onto the gardener, so the acrobat just doing a very good job buying enough time for that save to happen. This will be the first chair for the acrobat, but this is starting to look very dangerous for the side of the survivors. The fifth cipher machine is at first stop. That's the 75% cipher machine, so they have to start a new cipher machine, and one survivor has to wait around the middle in order to get the backdoor save if the hunter leaves the chair and goes at quite a distance, but it looks like the hunter is making her way to the newly started fifth cipher machine, and Xing has to leave this cipher machine. He cannot go down because they don't have enough resources left for the survivors. Hunter will be going back, doubling back, and it looks like she's going to the acrobat, but she has found the she has found the gardener, making her way to the chair, and unfortunately the gardener is trying to get a bubble here. Will be able to get the bubble and eat a hit for the gardener. She is at half health, so if she does get hit, she will be going down, but this is looking very bad for the side of the survivors. She is catching up to the gardener very quickly, will be getting her down. It looks like the first officer is making his way to the chair, but he's at quite a distance. It's going to be a gamble if he can make it, but he is able to make it close to the chair, and he was able to get the backdoor save. Wow, and the gardener unfortunately was saved after half, so she will be returning to the manor. But wonderful clutch save on the side of the first officer. Honestly, I did not think he was going to be able to make that. We do see San S is once again working on that cipher machine. It is at 86%. It is so close to getting popped, but the hunter will be at the cipher machine. But San will have to leave and ready up to take this kite. He is holding his bomb. He will be able to get his bomb. Oh, wonderful pellet stun. San just doing a very good job occupying this hunter's time, but the cipher machine, they're just not moving right now. And wonderful pellet stun on for the second time. Staying alive with half health. It does look like he is trying his best to do. Wow, amazing dodge and patience mind game on the side of the survivor. Oh, after doubling back to a remnant and able to down the acrobat for the second time. He was saved after half, so he will be returning to the manor if she's chaired, but this hunter is not going to chair him because she doesn't want to she wants to make sure that the first officer does not get that dungeon escape. She is looking for a 4-man elimination. She's going around the map looking for this first officer. He did already go and get a syringe, so if the hunter does approach him, he will be healing himself, and has gotten back up, and he is trying to finish up that cipher machine at 88%.
ちょっと回せる。お、結構回る。分ぐらいまでは回るか。
And it looks like the hunter has made, oh my goodness, 99% will be downing the acrobat. So Hunter is not aware, or may or may not be aware, but it was the first officer that did heal up the acrobat, so that means that the first officer is in this area, and if Hunter did recognize this, it looks like she is going to be running into very, very soon. The first officer also does have a syringe to work with, so he will heal himself as soon as the hunter is close by, and he is at full health, so he will be able to take this kite and wait for the acrobat to heal himself back up, since he can't make his way all the way to that cipher machine. It looks like the acrobat has gotten up. Now he doesn't have self-heal. The first officer will be taking his first hit, and the cipher machines will be popped, and it looks like the first officer has to kite this long enough. Oh, will be going down right away. Exit gates are being opened at 20%. Hunter will be chairing this survivor, since it is going to be hard to do the slugging effect once the cipher machines have been popped. Oh, Hunter teleporting to the last exit gate, and she has already caught this. Oh, acrobat has to be very careful not to go down, but this is looking very challenging. Returning to a remnant, flywheeling. Oh, and he will be going down, and that's a 4-man elimination on the side of GG Hunter. It is the GG survivors against ZQ Hunter. It will be Opera Singer once again on Moonlit River Park. It looks like he's already making his way towards a survivor that entered the tent. It was going to be the Kukao, who is the mercenary, so she is chasing the rescuer of the group in the beginning of the match. We'll see how this turns out for her. Oh, will be eating a hit and missing his, well, he was able to get his dash off with his elbow pads, but he wasn't able to make distance, and the hunter was able to get injury on him, and he couldn't make more distance off of his elbow pad. He has expelled his second elbow pad and made it to this palleted area and is making his rounds in this walls, and these two pallets. Hunter will be breaking that pallet immediately. We'll be going to the second pallet. Hunter already made her way to the second pallet, struggling a little here to go around the obstacles. Will be using her dashes and will be catching up to the mercenary once again. Mercenary will be able to vault this window, but hit on the opposite side of the window, so this will be the first down survivor. He does have the delayed effect, so Hunter will be also scouting the area while downing this mercenary. It looks like she's going to be abnormaling this cipher machine, and it is back down to 3%, and Hunter is making her way back to the mercenary and will be cheering the mercenary for the first time. Cipher machines was looking very good, but after that, abnormal is not looking very good at the moment. We do have a 90% cipher machine, 78 and 23% cipher machine. We do see that the embalmer has placed his coffin inside of second story. Hunter is aware of that now, and the embalmer 18 is hiding behind that wall, possibly coming in for a rescue here. He does have tide turners, so he will be able to buy the mercenary more time even if he gets hit off of the chair. Will be taking the hit and will be getting the save off onto the mercenary. Hunter will be following closely behind the embalmer and will be downing the embalmer and going straight back to the mercenary. Hunter, seeing that the mercenary is going upstairs, will be following in her shadow form, and he will be taking the second hit, and that looks like a double down on the side of the GG survivor. So this is looking incredibly strong for the side of the ZQ Hunter right now. Will be taking the mercenary to the chair for the second time. We do see embalmer is healing himself off of the ground with the coffin still available, and the hunter has been transitioning away and scouting this area, making sure that there isn't any survivors. She has seen the scratch marks off the ground of TX, who is the will be able to get a hit onto the psychologist right away as she's entering the building, and she's just going to leave the psychologist and will be continuously chasing this mercenary. Mercenary will be taking that hit right away, and it looks like he will be going down at this second story away, as far away from the chairs as possible. But this is his third chair, and he will be returning to the manor. 3 cipher machines have been completed, the third cipher machine at 27% and the last cipher machine at 7%. And now the hunter has just started to transition away to the opposite side of the map, where she does see that the survivor is working on. Looks like the cipher machines are working, are getting more progress, but Hunter has noticed that there is a survivor in this area. We see that 18 hid away into the basement, and Hunter has run into PPJ instead. Hunter will be abnormaling that cipher machine once again, and the cipher machine progress is being delayed exceptionally well. Will be able to get a stun onto the hunter, and the hunter will be changing targets, looking for a more optimal target. Doesn't want to keep dealing with these mini stuns by the antiquarian. Will be making her way towards 18, working on that cipher bridge. Cipher 18 has already moved far away from that cipher bridge and is safe for now, but will be running into the hunter while vaulting, and will be going down and resurrecting himself immediately into the 2-story building, so that the hunter, even before she decides to chair him, just in case she decides not to chair him and he has to use up the self-healing effect. So it looks like Hunter is back inside of the tent and trying to find where this antiquarian is. Unable to find her outside of tent at these walls. Will be noticing the scratch marks behind the tent, and will be able to finally find this antiquarian once again. Will be getting a push, will be flywheel, but she will be getting the hit onto the antiquarian. Antiquarian using the stick for faster mobility, transitioning out to a place where there are more windows, and the hunter is walking backwards, trying to hide her red light from the survivor so she can't get any stuns onto the opera singer. Opera singer kind of keeping a distance, will be returning to her remnant, but unable to catch this survivor off guard. Ooh, wonderful double stun with the 6. Oh, triple stun by the Antiquarian, disarming the opera singer for the moment. Cypher machines have been completed and popped, and she is, oh my goodness, she's still disarmed, and she's just trying to get to the pallet as soon as the disarm ends, and she was able to get that vault, but just vaulting back and forth using the stick to vault once again. She's kind of stuck here, and she will be going down. And the hunter, this is the first chair for the Antiquarian, but the hunter, it has detention on top of that, so this is going to be very dangerous if the hunter does end up teleporting away to the exit gate, but she's not sure if both survivors are at the exit gate yet, so she has to be a little cautious in using her teleport. Exit gate has been opened, only one survivor needs to get out for the survivors to win this round. Oh, we'll be teleporting away, but the psychologist has left, and the 18 is the embalmer, and he is going for the save onto PP's jaw, and he is, and he will be getting the save off onto the survivor, and Hunter is trying to make his way right back to the chair, but he has so much, he's just too far away. Oh, it does look like that 18 is trying to open up that opposite exit gate, and the Antiquarian is running to the exit gate that was already opened by the psychologist. Looks like Hunter is going to go towards the exit gate and run into 18. Hasn't quite spotted him yet, and he's unable to find him. If the Antiquarian can make it to the gate, the dungeon is in this area, so Hunter is also aware of that, so we'll be going around the back, making sure that there isn't any survivors hiding here, and we'll be going after the embalmer, downing the embalmer, while Antiquarian has already made it to the exit gate, and it looks like this is going to be a 2-man elimination for the side of ZQ.
せめて追走を待って影作って飛ぶん
ことを追うしかないっていう展開にさせられたんで、
変換すれば来てくれるかもやし。
It is the GG survivors against ZQ Hunter. It will be on Chinatown with the Dream Witch. She's already heading to the red building where she's running into Kukao. Kukao is the postman. Looks like she will be putting a leech on him right away, and he is trying to transition away. We'll be utilizing this window here. We'll be eating a hit right away while vaulting that window, and is able to transition into a different kiting area. Has a window and pallet here to work with, and he has 2 little girls going after him. He has to be very careful. We'll be getting a patroller out, and we'll be sending the patroller. Oh, it does look like she kind of lost track of him for a while, but she was able to patrol him, and he has been bit by the patroller, and the main body is bringing her leech closer, trying to get him in a better position. We'll be vaulting this window while he was able to vault that pallet, and as transitioning once again into the building and through the entrance, was able to outlast patroller, and he's making it into the 2nd-story bridge building. Hunter is trying to have another patroller on him, and he has gotten the patroller bite on him. Once again, we'll be dropping down, trying to get away from the little girl, and she will be getting, oh my goodness, he was able to land the dog bite on her to slow her down, but he is buying a lot of time at this pallet, and the patroller is gone, so oh my goodness, he will finally go down. That was a very long kite. Being able to outlast patroller 2 times is very talented for the side of this postman. Will be going to the chair for the first time. 2 cipher machines have been completed. 3rd cipher machine will be completed very shortly, and the hunter is now looking around, seeing what survivors she can deter from finishing up the exit gates. Looks like TX is making his way towards the chair. He is at quite a distance, but he is also on his board, so it won't be too much of a hassle. He is the wildling, and he does have tide turner, so even if he does get hit off the chair right away, he will still be able to buy enough time for the remaining 2 cipher machines to be worked on. Remaining 2 cipher machines getting a lot of progress here. 47% and 25%. Looks like the save is going to go after half, and since he is the only survivor with Tide Turner, that may be the reason, and they also want to prime up the ciphers as much as possible because Dreamwitch can become very dangerous at the last minute. Ooh, we'll be getting that save right before he expires, and he was able to save him with Tide Turner, but unfortunately would be getting a hit, and this might be a double down situation. We have 2 leeches, one on the postman and one on the wildling, and the hunter is taking her leech followers towards the postman. Postman hasn't gotten hit yet, but he's sandwiched and he's gonna have flywheel and avoiding that hit, and was able to drop down, but there's this leech waiting for him right as soon as he dropped down, and that is a double down on the side of the hunter, but he was able to really prolong his kite. So it looks like he will be cheered for the final time, and he will be returning to the manor. However, cipher machines will be primed very shortly while the hunter is holding the wildling in his balloon state so that he can't escape. We already see that the psychologist is trying to take a hit here. Wildling is able to struggle free. Wildling will be getting a hit, and they haven't decided to pop the cipher machines yet. Oh, they have now popped the cipher machines, but Wildling does not have borrowed time. So they were trying to make him struggle off of the chair. That's why they didn't pop right away. Oh, warping right next to the psychologist. And it looks like the psychologist is in danger. The hunter does have detention, so hunter will be picking up the wildling and will be cheering him for the first time while also keeping tabs on the psychologist. The dungeon also is in this area underneath the tunnel, so the survivors just need to open up this exit gate, but we do see that PPJ was able to escape, so it's looking like a one-man escape for this side of GG survivors. Yes, that she will be getting chaired.
こういうオペビ以外の一手ででもさ、もう練習段階でスポーン選択して、交換が左上ですね。
ZQ survivors going against GG Hunter. It will be on Eversley. Oh, no, just kidding. Chinatown, and it would be the Ivy already sending her off her ghost towards middle. It looks like she is going to be running into one of the survivors right away. It has been putting a leech onto the mercenary and will be transitioning away to another survivor. Will be teleporting into the red building. Will be recalling her ghost and sending her ghost to the corner building, and her main body is still going back towards middle. Looks like she hasn't found the target she wants to chase quite yet, but she is scouting the area, taking turns between her main body and her ghost. Her ghost is running into Sitian, who is the psychologist. Will be teleporting to the psychologist. It looks like psychologist will be the first survivor to be chased. Will be getting a hit, and she was not able to make it out of that pallet. She'll use this time to transition away. She does have stress, so she will still be at full health. However, she won't be able to utilize that ability to heal another survivor without getting injured. Sending her ghost off to the middle once again and infecting a survivor in the middle. Will be bringing her ghost back to this bridge where she is continuously going after this psychologist. Main body dropping down already, and the ghost going right in the same path as psychologist. Psychologist has been infected once again, and she teleported to the psychologist. Psychologist has still a lot of corruption. I mean, not as much corruption. I mean, 57%, and she will be dropping down these pallets. Hunter can see exactly where she is because the ghost is latched onto the psychologist. Will be taking the second hit and have only 63% corruption. The corruption rate increase is very low because we'll be getting the scare and downing her right away. So yeah, the hunter is at full presence now, so that means corruption will be starting to stack up incredibly fast towards survivors if she teleports to them. We'll be cheering the psychologist near the chair over here next to the tunnel, and this will be the first chair, but she already has a coffin by the embalmer. Hunter will be teleporting as quickly as possible near the coffin which hasn't been shown yet. Oh, the coffin is right next to the survivor that was the chair that the survivor was chaired in, and the hunter teleported away, but it looks like she teleported back. She was able to find her, get her in this corner, and she will be going down. So it looks like this will be the second chair for the psychologist on the side of the survivors. The good thing is none of the survivors had to waste time trying to go and save this survivor off of the chair, and they are all at full health. But this is the second chair for the psychologist. Hunter already scouting out and seeing San S is in the area. San is the postman, and it doesn't look like he's making his way towards a chair. We'll be getting 100% corruption, and we'll be getting a hit onto the survivor. We'll be throwing his dog to slow down the hunter movement. Meanwhile, the mercenary has gotten the save off onto the psychologist. We'll be getting a hit onto the psychologist. However, mercenary is still at full health, so it does look like the psychologist will be returning to the manor as soon as the tide Turner effect ends. And cipher machines are looking incredibly good. However, we have 2 cipher machines completed, 2 cipher machines at 90, and the 5th cipher machine at 89. So last cipher machine at 89%. Hunter needs to hurry up and find this survivor and chair, but has she lost? Oh my goodness, cipher machines have been primed and have popped. All survivors are available, and this is a 4-man endgame, but Hunter has finally caught sight of the psychologist. I'm gonna blink down and get her down as quickly as possible, but the exit gates are opening up, and Hunter is not able to stop these exit gates from being finished. However, she has eliminated 1 survivor.
だとしたら開いたら行くだけで出れちゃう。
農家しも出て弱いもダッシュだったらね、まだそいつ倒し分けなんやけども、
知らないことが大事ですね。右に切り替えて。
Game 3, first half, it is the ZQ survivors going against Gigi's Hunter. It is going to be Geisha on the lakeside village, already making her way towards Big Rock, and it looks like she will be running into the Weeping Clown. Weeping Clown staying away from the hunter, avoiding the dashes by hiding behind these walls, will be able to get a dash onto the survivor, but he is able to avoid it with his rocket, and he is making his way back to the middle of the map, doing a very good job staying very far from the hunter. Hunter is catching up with trying to get these dashes with the butterflies, but he's doing a very good job looking back and forth. Will be getting that pallet stun onto the hunter, and will be transitioning away. Hunter getting a little mini dash there, and the survivor is slowly closing the will be using his rocket as soon as he gets closer to the hunter. Will be able to dash right away and get the first hit onto the survivor. He will be making his way towards Crab Shack, where he is going to try and utilize this 1 pallet there. Will be dashing a little far away to the wrecked boat over there. Will be blinking and closing the distance. And is able to get the first down through the window. Wow, and dashing with the butterfly once more to hurry up and get to the survivor. Will be cheering him for the first time. Cipher machines at 94, 85, and 75%, making sure that there aren't any cipher machines being worked on here. She does have tinnitus, and she was aware that there may be a survivor here. Looks like she will be running into Fulan, who is the coordinator. She does have the stun gun to work with, and she does not have excitement, so she can be stunned here. Needs to be careful looking back, making sure, trying to hide behind these obstacles, trees, and chairs. Will be going the way or all the way around the Crab Shack instead of having to go near the coordinator, because the coordinator also is aware that she doesn't have excitement. Looks like the coordinator will be body blocking for now, so if the hunter gets close, she will be getting the down onto the Weeping Clown, and the hunter has to continuously look back, making sure that the survivor isn't going to stun, but it looks like Fulan has already left and will not be using the stun gun quite yet. Hunter will be dashing near the middle of the map, where San S is making his way towards the chair, but is being blocked during his way towards the chair. He will be using his jetpack to go up and go closer to the chair. Hunter will be dashing right away. We do see that he is going around Crabshack, but it does look like he will be able to get the save. Will be eating a normal hit and getting the save before he expires with Ty Turner this time. And he is and it looks like the Weeping Clown is able to get the hit onto the Weeping Clown before he could utilize his rocket. So it looks like the Hunter will be continuously chasing him while the Weeping Clown uses his rocket to try and get as far away from the survivors into this corner. He will be returning to the manor. Meanwhile, 3 Cypher machines have been completed. The 4th Cypher machine at 71% and the 5th Cypher machine at 37%. And we do see the 2 survivors are healing near Big Boat, and the Hunter is looking for the survivors who are working on the Cypher machines. Hunter is making her way towards Big Boat. We did get the heal off onto the Aeroplanist. Will be cleaning up the area and getting rid of these Fire Investigator balls. Fire Investigator will be leaving. San S is still sticking around Big Boat. He does have 2 rocket packs to work with, and he could possibly prolong this kite. We do see that the Fire Investigator is working on the exit gate right next to the Big Boat, so he has to be careful. Hunter will be teleporting right away to the corner. Will be running into the coordinator. Coordinator is at half health. She does still have a stun gun to work with. She will use her stun gun as soon as the Hunter dashes towards her and transition to a better kiting area. Hunter will be going around the walls and trying to get a clear sight of where this coordinator is trying to go. She was able to she was able to get into the walls area here, but she took a hit and is unable to kite further. We already see that the Fire Investigator is waiting to get the save off onto this survivor, and we have a new looks like Hunter will be seeing the Aeroplanist in the middle. Cypher Aeroplanist trying to make his way to the will be getting a flywheel and missing that hit. Will be able to throw down that will be getting a jetpack and avoiding another hit. Wow, just doing an amazing job avoiding all these hits, and will be transitioning to the corner shore. Hunter, a wonderful mind game, being a little patient and throwing down these pallets. Hunter swinging at every single pallet. Will be using the butterfly dash. Will be swinging at the pallet. Oh my goodness, he's just doing such a good job containing this Hunter. Hunter is trying to decide whether to stay or leave, but at this moment she is still staying. She needs to try and get some more injury onto the survivor. She will be breaking this pallet, will be dashing next to him, but he still hasn't been able to get a hit. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at the patience in him dropping these pallets. She was still swinging, but he still managed to drop that pallet, and he's just buying so much time here. We'll be finally getting a hit onto the survivor, but look at all these pallets that are thrown down and all these pallets that he can walk. Hunter will be throwing a butterfly right away, but she ended up breaking the pallet. Will be missing him once again, missing him again. Oh my goodness, just doing a very good job staying. Oh my goodness, he finally got a hit, and she finally downed the survivor, but Cypher machines are primed and popped, but he does not have borrowed time. Putting this Aeroplanist on the chair for the first time. So even if the Cypher machines were primed, it wouldn't have been an option for the survivors to wait till he was down. It looks like the Hunter will be making her way towards the exit gate, will be teleporting where there is a survivor. It is the Fire Investigator. Fire Investigator keeping the Hunter away by this, utilizing his balls, and he is just trying to stay away at this other mini shack here. I'm gonna keep going back and forth, but has to be careful of the dash. Will be getting him down while there was a backdoor save onto the Aeroplanist. It looks like the Fire Investigator will be going in the chair for the first time. Meanwhile, Fulon will be staying back to get a save onto this Fire Investigator, and Sanias is going towards one of the exit gates. Hunter will be making her way towards. It does look like she noticed that there was a survivor waiting at Big Boat. Fulon already making her way up to the 2nd floor. Hunter has noticed this and will be running right into the Hunter, and Hunter is not able to dash because Fulon is doing a very good job on continuously looking back and forth. Another backdoor save by the Aeroplanist onto the Fire Investigator. Hunter back on the coordinator and trying to down this coordinator once again. We'll be breaking up these pallets. There are no more pallets in this area to work with. I mean, there are still a few, but either way, she will be dashing right against and will be getting the hit and down onto the coordinator. The exit gate is open, and that is a 2-man escape from the side of ZQ survivors.
すごいですね。出れるのは良かったけど。
It is the GG survivors going against CQ Hunter. It will be Ivy on Lakeside Village. He's already sending his ghost straight to Shack, where he will be running into Pipija. Pipija is the coordinator, and it looks like she will be taking the first kite hunter, already moving her main body towards the survivor as well, and it looks like she will be committing to the survivor. Pipija going towards the corner exit gate where there are these two pallets, will be getting 100% corruption from that far of a distance, and was able to get the first hit onto this survivor. Will be bringing her ghost closer to this survivor as well, while the main body chases her, and the ghost will be trying to get some more scares onto this survivor. She was able to get to that window and will be vaulting and going towards the window of Little Boat, and the hunter is also sending her ghost all the way to the cipher machine, where Barmaid is decoding while the main body is going after the survivor, bringing the ghost right back to the triple long walls here. Will be getting an infection onto the coordinator. Coordinator will be getting 100 corruption and hitting her through the window. Wow, just amazing precision on the side of this hunter. Will be vaulting that window and cleaning up the pallets over here to make sure that the survivors can't utilize this area for kiting very long, especially if there's only 2 pallets here and 1 has already been destroyed. Will be taking the coordinator to the chair for the first time. Unfortunately, it is very close to one of the corner cipher machines for the survivors. Will be delaying the cipher progress here. It looks like Barmaid has to be coming in a little early for this save, getting her 100% corruption, but not going to land any more hits onto this survivor, and she will be getting the save onto the coordinator, and wonderful body block for being able to avoid the coordinator avoiding any damage, so she won't be going down right away, and she will be able to transition further away from this cipher machine. Will be getting 100% corruption and getting down for the second time. Very unfortunate, since the survivors weren't able to get the save with a survivor that has Tide Turner, and therefore the hunter is bringing this survivor right back onto this chair next to this cipher machine. That means that the survivor can't work on that cipher machine. It is the barmaid, so she was able to heal herself and she is at full health, but it does look like TX is going to be coming for the save. TX is the first officer utilizing his pocket watch to get as closer to the chair as possible, and he will be able to save with Tide Turner. The coordinator still has her stun gun to utilize, and it's best if the coordinator uses it because she has the long stun effect if she is the person that stuns the hunter. Will be getting 100% corruption onto the first officer, and he was just barely able to get the save onto the coordinator, but coordinator was hit right away, so that means that the coordinator will be going down. It depends on what the survivors plan on doing. The coordinator could die with the stun gun, and then another survivor can blink hit and downing the first officer as well, and that's a double down on the side of the hunter. 3 cipher machines have been completed, 91 on the 4th cipher machine and 44 on the 5th cipher machine. Hunter is going to bring this ghost around, and it does look like she has found the coordinator. Coordinator will be expiring with her gun, which also means that the survivors can pick up her gun and utilize it even afterwards. It looks like the hunter will be able to find the first officer right away, and as soon as he was healed, she was able to down him, not wasting a single second of this game, and getting this first officer to the chair for the first time, and once again near the barmaid cipher, so the barmaid can't work on this cipher machine yet again, and she is just wasting so much time of this barmaid transitioning between 2 cipher machines, starting a new cipher machine. And so it does look like the barmaid will go back to the corner cipher machine and continue working on that one once again. Hunter is aware of this, will be trying to get a scare and hitting the barmaid, and the barmaid will be eating some damage. Will be finishing up that cipher machine, but that means she'll also be going down. So there's 1 survivor with full health, 1 survivor on the chair, and the hunter is also carrying the barmaid. So this is looking incredibly dangerous for the side of the survivors. We do have 18, the aeroplanist. He does not have Tide Turner, and he is coming for the save, but he is at full health. The last cipher machine at 99%, so cipher machines are primed, but he needs to save 2 survivors off of this rocket chair without Tide Turner, and the hunter is already very close to him. infecting him right next to the chair, was able to get 100% corruption, and he is trying to stack up more corruption. Will be getting the save off onto the first officer. First officer utilized his watch, but that's only a little more seconds for him to stay alive. Hunter will be breaking this pallet here and looking for the aeroplanist. Aeroplanist is not able to make his way towards the chair, and it's looking very dangerous for the side of the survivors. If Hunter can just down this airplanist, it is the end. And Hunter has to get to this airplanist before the airplanist pops that last cipher machine. So this is looking, it's very intense for the side of the survivors. Will be bringing the ghost and teleporting right away to the airplanist. Airplanist is still at full health, so he can still eat an entire hit and then pop the cipher machine. The survivor on the floor, TX, does have borrowed time, so if he can just pop this cipher machine, that means that the hunter, that the other survivor can get up. But getting the stun onto the hunter with the expired coordinator's stun gun, wow, and popping that cipher machine, it looks like it is the end game with 2 survivors available. Hunter will be teleporting right away near the gate where TX was down, while the ghost is on 18. It looks like the main body will continue to chase the survivor. The dungeon is in this area, so if 18 can somehow open up that exit gate and get out, then TX can use this opportunity to get out of the dungeon. But Hunter will be teleporting right away to the airplanist and downing him right away, and it looks like the hunter will be teleporting right back to the nearest tablet where TX is and making her way towards him. He is going up towards Big Boat. We do have 18 is healing himself back up. Hunter is continuously looking back and forth. She has seen the scratch marks of TX, so it does look like she is aware of this survivor and the trail that he is making. He is making his way back into the pallets here near the exit gate. Will be able to make it to this pallet, and the hunter is trying to get as much. Who will be able to transition right away. She teleported to the wrong cipher machine. Will be changing trade and teleporting back to this exit gate where TX is at, and will be going right back to the exit gate where 18 is at. Will be getting 100%. Oh wow, and downing him right away. He does not have self-heal, so that means as long as she quickly downs this first officer, it's over. That's a 4-man elimination for ZQ Hunter DongX. So if we do look at the game points, ZQ will be winning this round because in the previous round they got a 2-man elimination.
とりあえず一等に鬼没。
でかかったっすね。
いや、そうやな。結果な。
最悪瞬間移動があるから。ないだろう読みの。
It is the ZQ survivors going against GG Hunter. It will be Anne on the red shirt already making her way towards Graveyard, going towards where San S is. He is the decoder of the group, the prisoner, and so it is a very ideal chase for the hunter. She can't stop the cipher progress, and also he's not a very good kiter. He does have his stun ability, but it looks like she was kind of caught outside of this gate, and so she's kind of having a hard time getting closer to the survivor in this instance, and it looks like he's gonna make a lap around the gates and go back out towards the graveyard. Not able to get a single cat onto him until now. He will be able to throw down that pallet. Hunter will be breaking that pallet right away, and he will be transitioning to a better kiting area. We got a lot of windows and pallets to work with in that walled corner. Oh, running right into the hunter while getting the stun. He will be transitioning away to the walls, and there are very strong kiting area here. There's lots of strong pallets and windows to work with, but he isn't going to throw down any pallets, and he's going to continue to walk right into the hunter once again. But wonderful Seer Owl will be eating some damage for the Seer. Will be using his mini stun and stunning. Oh, but wasn't able to get very far, and he will be going down. This is his first chair. We have cipher machines at 93, 68, and 66%, and it does look like it is next to the middle cipher next to church, so that can be a problem for these survivors since they can't decode that cipher machine. Only one cipher has been completed so far. We already have Wildling coming in near the chair with his boar, so he can get stunned. He won't be going down. he'll be able to tank 2 hits, and it is still way before half, so it isn't looking too bad, but it looks like we also have the barmaid in the area also coming in for the save here. They're going back and forth, and they did get the save, but unable to get a hit for the prisoner. It looks like the prisoner will be going down right away and will be chaired for the second time. Hunter still not allowing this barmaid to finish that cipher machine, so cipher progress is not looking very good. We already had 2 survivors trying to come in for the save. Can't decode that cipher machine, is working on it right now, but the survivors are coming in for the save and has gotten the save onto the prisoner. Wildling will be taking a hit, and he will be transitioning away. Hunter using warp to close the distance right away. Caught in the middle. Looks like he's gonna have to go to shack window. Will be stunning the hunter, but the basement is here. He is, however, going to expire and return to the matter if he is chaired a 3rd time, and it looks like he will be going down, similar to when Tide Turner ran out, and it looks like the hunter will be chairing the prisoner for the final time. 2 cipher machines have been completed. The 3rd cipher machine will be completed very shortly, and the 4th cipher machine at 67%. They still haven't started on a 5th cipher machine. It looks like the hunter is nearby the wildling, and wildling is on his boar and retreating immediately, and Hunter is also choosing to chase a different survivor, since a wildling on his board is a very annoying survivor to chase. And it looks like the wildling is transitioning towards shack, while the barmaid is coming back towards where the wildling once was, but it doesn't look like the wildling went to shack, and the hunter is in this area. Looks like she hasn't been able to find a different survivor, so she is choosing to go after the wildling, but looks like she did spot the barmaid, so it does look like she will be chasing him. Was not able to get a cat onto the barmaid yet, but is able to stun her while recalling the cats to the cross. Will be taking her first hit while she takes a drink. And cipher machines, the last cipher machine has finally begun at 34%, and unfortunately wildling is kind of going, barmaid is going towards wildling's cipher machine, but turning and entering into the it's unable to get the drink off, and so she will be going down. It is the first cipher for the barmaid. Hunter is choosing not to chair this barmaid, and she is going to disrupt the wildling cipher machine once again. She hasn't been able to see him quite yet. Will be abnormaling this cipher machine, taking it down to 35%, and quickly going back to chair this barmaid before she can get back up. It does look like she will be able to pick up the barmaid very soon, and she will be taking the barmaid closer to that last cipher machine. The 4th cipher machine has been completed, and that 1 cipher machine is refusing to be completed at 50%, and it does look like the seer is also in the distance. He may start that corner cipher instead. We have the wildling already on his board, getting ready to save this barmaid off of the chair, and the hunter is placing her cats around the chair and recalling the cats towards that cipher machine. So if the survivor does go near that cipher machine, they will be stunned. Will be getting off of his getting the save, won't be taking a hit, trying to body block for the wonderful precision on the hunter, getting the barmaid down right away. And this will be her 2nd chair. We do see that the seer is trying to finish up that cipher machine, but unable to do so. Thankfully, the barmaid was saved before half, so the wildling can come for another save, and he is still at full health. Hunter is trying to get the cats to land onto the wildling. Wildling does get a hit, and he will be hit again and will be going down. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the seer will be coming for the save, and he is pushing these ciphers, and he is going towards the chair right now, but he has to be careful of not getting stunned by these cats. Getting a stun with the cat, was able to save her, but was stunned immediately after save. And it looks like the hunter is not going to chair the barmaid, and she's going to try and injure this. Will be using abnormal on the cipher machine, back down to 53%. My goodness, and it looks like the hunter has chosen to pick up and chair the wildling instead of the barmaid. Oh my goodness. Okay, now she is taking up the barmaid, and if she chairs the barmaid in this area and can down the seer quickly enough, then she can get this 4-man elimination. And it looks like she, instead of going for the slugging method and trying to bleed a survivor out, she is going to go and try to just down this survivor with everyone already on chair. barmaid has already expired, and the wildling is getting his time on the chair is passing halfway point, so it does look like the seer is gonna sell and trying to get this one man escape. Will be able to get the sun, but will not be taking the vault and going back towards the chair. Does look like he is able to make it to the wildling and will be able to get the save off on the wildling, and the hunter is placing her cats all around the map once again. Will be jumping but was able to throw down that pallet, but is still stuck in that area. Will be going down now. Hunter has to it looks like the hunter does not plan. It is the seer's first time on the chair, so he does have a lot of time on chair. Looks like hunter is going to change targets to go and down this wildling once and for all. Wildling and seer both still have self-heal, so in order to end this game faster, she just chooses to chair them and is very confident in getting the stun and will be downing them, and that's a 4-man elimination for GG Hunter.
なかなかその形も取れずに。
It is going to be the GG survivors going against the ZQ Hunter. It will be the clerk in the red church. It looks like she's already making her way towards the corner walls cipher machine on. She is also recording the cipher machine in shack that the lawyer is working on, but it does look like her target is the weeping clown for now. She is looking and chasing his blood trails. Clown will be using his rocket right away and getting as far away from the hunter as possible. It looks like he is transitioning away to graveyard. Hunter continuously looking back at the cipher machines and will be following and committing to this weeping clown for now. Weeping clown will get recorded as soon as there is an action, so it will she will be able to record him, but he gets the pallet stun onto the survivor. She does have a recording of the survivor and the pallet interaction, but he will be using his rocket and leaving as far away from graveyard once again. Hunter changing targets and looking for the survivor that was decoding the red carpet cipher machine. It is the gardener who is played by PPXZQ, and it looks like she will be committing to this gardener instead. Gardener still has a bubble to work with, so Hunter, if she does get a hit onto the getting a hit onto the gardener right away as soon as her bubble expires and getting the first damage onto one of the survivors, continually going back and forth between the cipher machines and also getting a recording. Looks like the gardener will try and kite near the graveyard once again. She is running into TX, and so it looks like the survivors are planning to work together since he isn't leaving the area, but he is staying near the gardener. Hunter walking backwards to try to catch the survivors off guard. Survivors will be getting on the rocket and leaving Hunter. Getting a little mistake in the usage of the recordings and throwing down the pallet, or trying to throw down the pallet before the two survivors made it through. That sounds more like what the hunter would do, but either way the survivors were able to leave this area and Hunter is unable to down a survivor. It looks like she's going to continue to try and down this gardener, and gardener is continuously being chased, but she's doing a very good job staying out of the line of sight. Will be recording the grave cipher machine and continuously following this gardener on foot. She did already utilize blink, and blink is on cooldown, so she's looking for a fast down, but gardener was able to summon the bubble, so she isn't able to hit the gardener quite yet. Gonna use some of the recordings, but was able to throw down that pallet and running into the hunter. Unfortunately, thinking that the hunter would break this pallet was a little fast, and the hunter was a little more patient in this instance and is going to be chairing the gardener for the first time. However, cipher machines are looking incredibly good. 3 cipher machines have been completed. She's taken the gardener all the way to the basement, so this may work a lot in favor for the hunter. We do see that the survivors, there's already 2 survivors with tide turners, so saving this gardener is actually an option. It does look like 18 is already in the area. He is the airplanist with one of the survivors with tide turner, so it looks like he will be taking a normal hit and will be going down and getting the save onto the survivor using his jetpack to close the distance, and PPXZQ will be leaving and running as soon as possible. Will be getting the drop down hit and will be waiting for the airplanist to come come up from the stairs. It doesn't look like he's planning to chase the gardener yet, and that is a chance for the gardener to die in an area where the hunter can't find her, but it does look like he plans to down this airplanist, and Tide Turner is over, so if she downs him, she can chair him in basement once again, and she is able to down 18 right away. 4 cipher machines have been completed. The 5th cipher, two last cipher machines are being worked on, one at 48 and one at 62, so this is looking very good for the survivors, even though it was a double down, because Hunter has lost track of the gardener, and we already see that the Weeping Clown is coming for the save. He also has Tide Turner, so that means both survivors can get out. Wonderful utilization of the perfume, and getting another blink hit onto the Weeping Clown. Weeping Clown has gotten the save off onto the aeroplanist, and it looks like Hunter was trying to do a drop down hit, got the hit onto the aeroplanist. Aeroplanist trying to body block, but the damage going onto the Weeping Clown, and that is another double down for the side of this Clerk, but it was a basement, and the survivors are trying to buy as much time possible with this Tide Turner, but it looks like they will be going down and trying to body block once again by trying to make the Hunter pick up the wrong survivor, and she has picked up the Weeping Clown. Oh, she picked up the Weeping Clown again. Oh my goodness. Wow, just amazing job with the body blocking while down. It looks like these survivors cipher machines are primed, and this is the second chair of the aeroplanist. Was he saved? It was looks like he was saved before half. We still have the magician at full health, so he can come in for the save while one of the cipher machines do get popped later. Hunter will be trying and reducing the cipher progress of one of the cipher machines, but it is not the prime cipher machine. As soon as she gets the save, he uses jetpack to get away from the chair, and cipher machines have been popped, and there are 4 survivors out and about trying to get out of this exit gate for this endgame. The GG Hunter eliminated 4 survivors, so in order for GG to win this round against ZQ, they just need 1 man escape, and the exit gate is being opened already by TX at 30%, while the main body is at the opposite gate, trying to make sure nobody else can touch this gate, and it's just a matter of time before either a survivor goes down or the exit gates open, so the Hunter has to really guard both exit gates while trying to down the survivor in the detention state. The cipher machine exit gate is being opened once again using his jetpack. Hunter throwing down the oh my goodness, the Hunter threw down the pallet and then he had to vault, and then she was able to down him right away. And it looks like both exit gates are being opened. One exit gate at 93%. It looks like it will be open, and it's looking like a 3-man escape for the side of GG survivors.
境界で GG8-1 で取ってしまわれました。逆転アップで8-1の第4ラウンドなり、得点以上に普通に両陣営が4釣り3逃げ。
It is the ZQ survivors going against the GG Hunter. It will be BonBon on Leo's memory. He's already making his way towards factory. The survivor that spawned in factory, Fulan, is already making his way outside of factory, and he's going up the stairs. Fulan is the prisoner. Hunter is not looking for that survivor, however he's still looking around the middle, has seen the mechanics bot, and will be getting rid of that mechanics bot. It did prompt the location of the mechanic, so Hunter now knows where the mechanic is throwing bombs towards the side of the shack, so it does look like he wants to get this mechanic down first. Mechanic making her ways around outside of the building, entering the building. Hunter will be breaking all these pallets, and the antiquarian is also in this area, so the Hunter needs to be careful not to be stunned and delay his pursuit. It looks like the Hunter was not able to see the mechanics bot, and the bot is able to be placed behind that tree. It looks like Hunter is spamming this area with bots, and the mechanic is one bomb away from going down, and she just went down. And it looks like he will be chairing the mechanic. This is her first chair. Cipher machines at 74, 62, and 47%. The bot was destroyed in the beginning, so the bot had half health, but mechanic was able to spawn the bot once more, so she is able to work on another cipher machine. There is a cipher machine close by, and the hunter is putting bombs on that cipher machine so that it cannot be decoded. Unfortunately, there are two cipher machines in the vicinity of the hunter that is reachable by the bombs, and so he can throw bombs and delay those cipher machines. It doesn't look like any of the survivors are here yet. The tinnitus has not been triggered. We'll be throwing a remote control bomb to that cipher machine. Wasn't able to get another bomb hit on any of the other survivors. And it doesn't look like... Oh, now the tinnitus has been triggered, but not sure if the survivors will be making a save. It is very challenging to save against a BonBon, so a lot of times, especially if mechanic is your first chair, then she can decode while she's on chair, so survivors choose not to save. And in this case, it does look like the survivors plan on just letting her expire and return to the manor. One cipher machine has been completed during this time, the second cipher machine at 89%, third cipher machine at 49%, and the fourth cipher machine at 54%, and we have two additional ciphers for the fifth cipher machine at 29-21. Hunter has not chosen a cipher to go to quite yet. He does have warp, so if he just makes his decision, he can just warp right next to the cipher machine that he plans to go towards, and none of the cipher machines are being touched at the moment because the survivors are aware that the hunter is looking for a survivor to chase. It does look like he has found San S, and he has been running into him, but she was able to stun him with her stick and is doing a very good job avoiding the hits, getting another stun onto the hunter while the hunter is throwing more bombs in her direction. She is doing a very good job not eating a single bomb and just avoiding these hits. Will be able to eat two bombs onto the survivor, will be warping right next to her so that she can't enter the walls, and she's just stuck here with this one pallet in this area, transitioning in the opposite direction, running towards the hunter to stun him, but unfortunately it was only a push and he caught up to her and downed her right away. And this is the first chair for the antiquarian. Two cipher machines have been completed, the third cipher machine at 96, fourth at 78, and the fifth cipher machine at 29 and 28%. We see that the wildling is already on his board and making his way towards this cipher machine. This chair where the antiquarian is. Hunter will be starting to place his bombs in the area, but as long as the wildling is on his board, he will be safe, but he does need to get off this board to get the save off onto the antiquarian. We'll be getting a bomb hit and a normal hit, and we'll be able to save the antiquarian, but the wildling will be getting an additional hit. So if the antiquarian goes down here, that's a double down, and not enough cipher machines at this moment, but we do have the we'll be getting more additional hits here. We'll be getting another nice stun onto the hunter, but she's one bomb away, and she will be getting that remote control bomb and will be going down for the second time. We do still have the prisoner that is able to decode two cipher machines, so he can still work on an additional cipher machine. He will be chairing the antiquarian in basement, so this is looking incredibly hard to save, even harder against the BonBon, but even three times as hard because this is a BonBon in the basement. Hunter will be throwing bombs towards the prisoner cipher machine, but it is connected, so that means two cipher machines will be wiggling, and the hunter is once again, it looks like the prisoner has made it to the basement and is able to get the save, but they don't have tide turner, so the survivors have to be very careful. We'll be getting the down onto the antiquarian, and this is also the antiquarian's last chair. He is staying behind to possibly stun and prolong the life of this antiquarian, but he was unfortunately taken a hit. We'll be getting a stun and we'll be able to get away, and it doesn't look like the antiquarian can get up. Cipher machines have been popped, and she will be chaired for the final time. It was so close. She almost escaped. She also had borrowed time, so if the cipher machines popped beforehand, she could have gotten away, but the hunter has used warp and she has gone to the opposite side of the exit gate. Will be going towards where the wildling is. Was able to get onto his board and his is safe for now. The hunter is going back and forth. Will be getting going into his warp and going to the opposite exit gate, but the prisoner already left and is nowhere near the gate. Wilding getting back on the gate, opening the gate up at 85. It looks like the exit gate will be open, so the prisoner either has to run to this exit gate, open the other exit gate, or find the dungeon. And in this case, the hunter is looking for the prisoner. The dungeon is behind shack, and prisoner is nowhere near the shack. It looks like prisoner is taking the long way around the factory area and gonna go to the exit gate. Hunter has checked. Hunter needs to check and see if the opposite exit gate is being opened, but that doesn't look like that is the case. We have the wildling is continuously staying behind, because if the wildling leaves, the prisoner will start getting crows. Wildling is on his board and he's going and trying to block the way so that he can try and get the prisoner. But prisoner has gotten crows because he hasn't touched the exit gate for such a long time, but they are able to escape. Wow, that's a 2 escape for the ZQ survivors. It is the GG survivors going against CQ Hunter. It will be GameKeeper on Leo's memory, immediately using his hook to transition as closely as possible to the survivor that spawned inside a factory. It is the prisoner, and it is the ideal chase for the hunter. It can really help delay the cipher progress. It looks like he will be making his way up the stairs and through this window. Hunter following close behind, and it looks like the hunter will be able to use his hook all the way from that distance, finally getting the first damage onto the prisoner. Prisoner going back out of this window and down the stairs. Hunter is following behind. As soon as he is in the line of sight of the hunter, he will be using his hook, but this time to go closer by hooking the tree. He will be able to stun the hunter and throw down this pallet. Hunter missing the hook, will be throwing down a trap. They're throwing down all those pallets, and Hunter seems to be going around, vaulting that pallet once again, going back and forth a few more times. Hunter will be chasing him, and he will be able to get the second hook on him and will be going down. He was a little patient after he hooked that prisoner because he was waiting for a flywheel just in case, so that he can't prolong this kite even longer. And it looks like the hunter will be chairing him near the center of the cipher machine. We see 18 is already making his way towards the chair. He is hiding at the second story. The other 2 cipher machines have just been completed. The third cipher machine only at 5%, so it looks like one cipher machine is lacking quite a lot of progress, but the remaining 2 survivors that already finished the cipher machine have already started on their 3rd and 4th cipher machines. So it looks like the survivor is continuously feeding tinnitus, but not sure if he's going to be coming in for the save. But he does have the jetpack, so he can land right in front of the chair if he does plan on saving him right before the prisoner expires. But
ないかこれはもう
DDC はの位置見えたんじゃないか。
そうだけどでも詰めれない。
あんまね変にチェーン使って近づこうとすると対空でいかれちゃう。完成。次に追われるのは
And it looks like the survivors have just allowed the prisoner to expire and return to the manor. Hunter already making his way to another survivor, and will be setting down some traps here, and it looks like he will be chasing Kukao as his next survivor. It is the Acrobat, and Acrobat has a lot of balls to work with right now. He already decoded an entire cipher machine and half of another, so he does have 2 white balls to utilize along with a red ball and a mud ball. And it looks like the hunter is trying to close down on him. He's running out of options here. Will be taking a normal hit and will be transitioning into the walls with the pallets. Will be throwing down that pallet, and he can buy some distance by using his balls. So it looks like the hunter will be throwing down a trap and transitioning away to the Christmas tree cipher machine where TX was currently working on, and it looks like the hunter will be able to see her in the open, unable to avoid the hook, and will be getting the damage onto the psychologist. And changing targets once again, it does look like the hunter is staying by this cipher machine, using abnormal and changing the cipher machine all the way, taking down the cipher machine all the way to 36% and transitioning away once again. It looks like he is once again going towards Kukao. Kukao is getting healed by the psychologist, and so he's back at 100% health, so that means he can take another hook and normal damage. Hunter is looking for this survivor, has spotted him outside, hiding behind the water tank. He's trying to get his bombs ready, but Hunter hooks him, and he will be getting his damage onto the Acrobat, and Acrobat is trying to get through these pallets. He does have two pallets and a window to work with. Hunter will be throwing down these traps right away so that he can't utilize that one pallet in this area. Will be getting ready to use his bombs and able to transition out of this area safely without getting hooked. Was able to hide behind that, only wasn't able to get behind that wall, and will be getting chaired for the first time. Cipher machines looking like they're progressing quite well. We have 3 cipher machines completed, the 4th cipher machine at 86% and the 5th cipher machine at 69%. 18 falling into a trap, and he is stuck here. Will be getting a free hit, a hook and a hit, so that's a 75% damage. He does have the jetpack to work with, so he can still avoid these hooks. Hunter will be teleporting right next to the chair, so 18 can't get the save off onto this survivor. Meanwhile, the psychologist is trying to transition to the cipher machine with more progress and trying to prime up this cipher machine. Hunter is throwing his hooks to slow down the survivor's mobility if he is close by, but the survivor has not yet made his way closer to the exit gate, and he's trying to go near this chair, but will be getting downed, and that is a 2-man elimination so far. Cipher machines have been popped, and the hunter is taking this survivor to the chair. Will be going towards the oh my goodness, he's going towards the psychologist, and psychologist is unable to get the vault and will be hooked and ballooned right away, and that's a 4-man elimination on the side of the ZQ Hunter.
XC が動く時が来ましたか。
手で綺麗にやってたから王冠もサバイバーも両者強い。平均件数
It is the MRC survivors going against Wolf's Hunter. It will be the opera singer in Sacred Heart Hospital. She's already making her way to ruins. Xiao Di is in that area. Xiao Di is the weeping clown. Doesn't look like he was able to find that survivor. He is going, and it looks like moving towards, he is entering the hospital where Nanako is the closest survivor in the area. Basement is also in this area. He was gonna run into the hunter, but was able to avoid running into Hunter directly. Was able to get that little stun and transition into that window. Will be throwing down that pallet, and looks like he's going to be going back and forth. Hunter not going back to his remnant quite yet. It looks like he'll just be leaving this area and entering the other pallet. Will be able to drop that pallet without getting any injury. Survivor was being patient right there, trying to get into the birdcage. Hunter will be getting a free hit onto the survivor and a stun with that connected cipher that has been touched by the prisoner. Prisoner already making his way above, and it looks like the hunter is going to be putting remnants on the ground before heading up to the second floor. Nanako is being very patient and has not dropped down quite yet. Hunter will be breaking that pallet, and Nanako will finally be taking that drop down. Will be blink down and getting him down right away, right next to the basement. So this is looking incredibly good for the side of the Wolves Hunter. If we do look at the survivors cipher decoding progress, it looks like we have one cipher machine will be completed very soon, and another at 89 and 73 and 7%. We do see that Kwang K is in the area. He is the wildling. He's already on his board, and he also has Tide Turner, so this isn't going to be too much of a problem, especially for a wildling to make a save safely by entering the basement and getting this save. We'll be getting the normal hit and we'll be able to get the save with Ty Turner on the prisoner. Wildling will do a little body block so that the prisoner can get out of there without getting any injury, and it looks like the hunter will be chasing after them. Will be going into her shadow form, and the wildling is trying to block the exit, so hunter has to take the route of the window and make her way towards ruins. Nanako has been able to safely make it to ruins at half health, and this is the area where he can try and buy more time. A lot of remnants in the other half of ruins, so it looks like he has to be very careful when he vaults that pallet, making his way back to the 2 pallet area. Hunter is making her way right back to the wildling. We got a little stun from the weeping clown, and the wildling has also gotten up, so just amazing job on the side of the survivors with the communication. As soon as he leaves, they realize that she's coming. We'll be able to stun and get the heal off, and doing a little we'll be able to get another hit onto the weeping clown. 3 survivors are injured, but only 1 survivor has been on the chair. Hunter seems to be making her way back to the prisoner, and prisoner is refusing to leave these ruins area. It's a very strong kiting area, and the hunter will be breaking these pallets, trying to dwindle the survivors' resources, but still a lot of pallets to work with and a window, very strong window to still utilize. And it does look like Xiao Di is also in the area once again, helping out the prisoner. Will be trying to stun the hunter with his rocket once again, and will be taking the down. And this is the first down for the weeping clown. It looks like the hunter will be chairing the weeping clown. 3 survivors are completed. The 4th survivor is for 3 cipher machines are completed. The 4th cipher machine is about to be completed, and the last cipher machine at 50%, looking incredibly good for the side of the survivors, taking turns on the chair and supporting, and the being able to rebound kite and really make it and get the save off onto the weeping clown. And the wildling is once again here to disrupt the hunter and give him a hard time. Hunter is making her way back into shack where Nanako is, and it looks like she wants to down this survivor a second time. Ooh, vaulting into the hunter. Wonderful job using the cloak and dashing right next to the survivor, downing him on the other side. This is the 2nd chair for Nanako. However, he will not be expired, and the cipher machines are primed, so it's already endgame with 4 survivors. It's just a survivor needs to come and save him off of the chair, and it will be the weeping clown. Weeping clown is in half health, but weeping clown does have borrowed time, so that may be the reason he's coming for the save, and he was able to get the save with Ty Turner onto the prisoner, and hunter will be continuously chasing this prisoner, will be flywheeling and making his way to that pallet. He is going to vault that pallet, but hunter returning to a remnant, and will be getting the hit onto the prisoner. And meanwhile, the hunter will be teleporting to the exit gate, but the exit gate is almost open at 78%. It is the wildling, and he is on the boar, so he is going to be able to take up a 1 detention hit. Will be taking that detention hit, but he safely made it to the pallet, so he was able to avoid. But he will be going down very soon. Hunter will be chairing this wildling. It is the 2nd time that... Is it the first time? It's the first time the wildling was chaired. She did down the wildling in the game, but then she never ended up chairing him, and he was healed by the weeping clown. So first chair for the wildling, and the other exit gate is being opened at 78%. It looks like it will be opened, and this looks like a 3-man escape for the side of the survivors. It is the Wolf survivors going against MRC Hunter. He will be the opera singer once again on Sacred Heart Hospital. Hunter already making his way towards the shack. It looks like he will be running into Jelly, who is the barmaid. Jelly has been able to make that vault. Hunter returning to the remnant, but Jelly was able to vault back. A very good job avoiding this Hunter and utilizing this window, vaulting back and forth so many times. Hunter will be getting a terror shot. Oh my goodness, an extremely early down for the survivor. And the basement is also in this area, so this is looking incredibly good for the side of the hunter. Cypher Machines
最悪な
incredibly low at
スタートになった。
41%, 42%, and 23%. And it looks like one of the survivors either have to come for the save or they might have to sell. XMX is in the area. He is hiding in that corner. It is the first officer and he does have Tide Turner, so he could make his way to the basement and try to make up for this early down. Will be taking an early hit outside of basement. Will be making his way back down the basement, and the hunter will be quite just behind and getting another down onto the first officer. Double survivors chaired in the basement. This is looking incredibly scary for the side of the survivors. We already have another survivor coming in for the save. 487 is making his way towards Geisha, getting another early hit, but it looks like D King will be the survivor going to the basement to rescue these two survivors. He has gotten the save off of the barmaid. Barmaid will be drinking her drink and trying to get healed and getting out of this basement. Wolf's Jelly will be taking the second hit, and the hunter will be going back up and trying to get another hit onto the survivors. It looks like, another push from the fire investigator's ball. Doing a very good job trying to salvage the situation. The hunter will be cheering Jelly once more, and Jelly will be returning to the manor. An extreme early elimination on the game, and 2 survivors injured, 1 survivor still at full health. But Cypher Machines have not been completed, and the hunter is already looking for the next target, and it does look like the next target is going to be 487, who is hiding around in ruins, but Hunter hasn't been able to locate him quite yet, but she does have tinnitus. She's just aware that there is a survivor at ruins, and it doesn't look like she plans on leaving anytime soon. But now it does look like she will be changing targets since she doesn't want to spend too much time looking for a survivor in ruins. She is making her way towards D King, who is the acrobat. Acrobat is the only survivor at full health and has a lot of acrobat balls to utilize. Hunter will be making her way towards the Sacred Heart inside the hospital, and the survivor has already made his way up to the second floor. Hunter will be changing targets once again, and it looks like she will be going for 487. 487 was able to finish that Cypher Machine, and now he looks like he has to take the kite. He is at half injury, so one hit he will be going down, and he has to be very careful. We'll be using these pallets earlier on and throwing them both down. We'll be vaulting that window while Hunter is breaking this pallet, and it looks like he's gonna run into the hunter. There were so many remnants in that area. He had to be careful. It looks like she will be carrying this survivor outside in the inside on the walls of ruins, and will be making her way towards the hospital, but not quite there, just making sure that she has is scouting the area. She does have tinnitus, so she is aware that there is a survivor coming in for the save. The only survivor with full health is D King, who is the acrobat. Will be taking a hit, and he will be able to get the save before half. And blinking right next to, looks like the acrobat will be going down, but 487 is still in this area, and Hunter is not going to let go of this opportunity. He wants to down the survivor as well. Oh my goodness, caught in the vault, and another double down for the side of this hunter. And it looks like he will be returning to the chair once again. He was saved before half, so he still has some time on the chair, but an injured survivor can't come for the save. A survivor that's on the ground also can't come for the save. If they do want to get the save, they both have to start going towards the chair, and the one survivor that is on the ground has to get up near the chair when the survivor is coming for the save. But that's going to be very tricky to do, since Hunter did pick up the acrobat, and it looks like the acrobat is trying to get out of this area. He continuously crawls away from this chair, and we're going to see if the hunter is going to use this slugging method, and it does look like she is going to look for XMX and make sure that she can get this 4-man elimination. Just excellent thinking on the side of the hunter, and the skills of this hunter is amazing, seeing how he got that early down and how he trapped the survivors in the basement for such a long time that it just really gave the survivors such a hard time. We do see Wolf's XMS is going and getting this rescue. He has healed up one of the survivors, but the hunter is already aware of this and he will be chasing down the acrobat once again. Will be going down, but acrobat still does have self-heal since he was healed by XMX, and the hunter will be unfortunately finding XMS because he went all the way next to the acrobat. Will be able to get that vault, but it's just a matter of time before the hunter gets it down. Oh, got an elbow pad, and he will be able to elbow pad into the walls here. The dungeon is in this area, so now the hunter and the survivors are aware of its location. Hunter going back and forth, leaving remnants, and has been, and he the first officer has been able to avoid the hits for now, but it looks like the hunter will be going back to the acrobat and will be picking him up or waiting for the acrobat to utilize his self-heal and waste it so that she can go back and chair the first officer. It looks like the acrobat did not get up, and it looks like the hunter will be taking the acrobat closer to the first officer, and it looks like she will be chairing the acrobat. The first officer, however, was able to get up, will be using warp and getting right next to the first officer. First officer caught up here, and he will be going down, and that's a 4-man elimination. Because the Wolf survivors going against MRC Hunter, it will be Ivy on Moonlit River Park, already sending off her ghost towards the Cypher Gate, while the main body is going towards 2-story. Will be infecting the barmaid and continuously looking for a different survivor. It does look like the ghost has already crossed the bridge and has found 487. Will be teleporting to him right away, and it does look like this will be the first chase since the main body has also teleported to this survivor, who is the prospector. It looks like the prospector will be transitioning to these pallets, and the hunter will be going around, not going to be breaking these pallets. This is a very strong kiting area, and getting 100% corruption, and will be getting a hit onto him after getting additional corruption onto him, only at 2%, so he is looking good for now. There is a barmaid around. She has given him a drink, so if he can outlast this second hit, he will be able to get healed. Does have a magnet on the hunter and was able to stun the hunter. Will be stunning the hunter once again, and he is able to get the healing drink off from the barmaid, so he is back at full health. Will be transitioning into the getting a blink hit by the hunter and getting half damage once again, but he's already transitioning out of this area. The basement is here, so this is not an ideal place for the survivor to go down at. He will be making his way to the 4th stop. Hunter teleporting to him right away, getting 85% damage, and another scare and getting 100% damage, and finally getting this down onto this prospector. Will be chairing him near 4th stop, but not at 4th stop. Looks like it's a little on the boxes stacked area, and it looks like she will be getting a little more scare onto the barmaid. Barmaid will be having to leave that cipher machine so that the corruption does not increase, and hunter has recalled the ghost and infected the weeping clown. Weeping clown coming in here for the save. He will be taking a hit and will be getting the save before half. Does not have tie turner, so he needs to transition and kite out this Ivy once again. Getting a stun with the magnet, and also with the weeping clown, getting 100% corruption and downing him here inside of tent. And it looks like wonderful flywheel and avoiding any additional hits by the barmaid. Hunter is also being wary of the weeping clown that is in this area, but basement is in this area. She is not going to be taking him to the basement, and he will be returning to the chair he was initially chaired in. It does have a lot of tablets in that area, so Hunter can just get free corruption in this. Will be teleporting right away to the weeping cloud and downing him as he was trying to take down that tablet. She made a new infection and created a new tablet, so there's 2 tablets in that area. The mercenary is coming in for the save, but was spotted very earlier on and was infected infected
エリアは作れない。
will be taking the hit and getting the save before the
ここで
Prospector
Yeah.
expires. He does have tight turner,
Down.
wasn't able to get a double down or any injury on the Mercenary, as a matter of fact. And it looks like she is back to downing 487. 487 will be returning to the manor if he goes down. He is running towards the tent, and Ghost has gotten an infection on him. Wasn't able to get 100% yet at 487 with infection at 54%. Will be throwing down that pallet and transitioning away, getting 100% scare, and will be going down. So this will be the first elimination. Doesn't look like there's any survivors in the area to stun the hunter to make her drop the survivor, so he will be returning to the manor. 2 cipher machines have been completed. The 3rd cipher machine at 87 and the 4th cipher machine at 85%. Hunter will be teleporting to the mercenary right away. Mercenary getting 60% corruption, but he was able to get away, and Hunter is going in the opposite directions. Her main body is going in the 2nd story, and her ghost is going inside of tent. She will be able to see D King, who is decoding in tent. It is the barmaid, and it looks like she will be going and teleporting to the barmaid. And it looks like 3 cipher machines have been completed at this time. The 4th cipher machine at 88%, and blink hit and getting a hit onto the barmaid. Barmaid does not, let's see, does not have any drinks to work with, so it looks like the hunter will be getting another infection onto the mercenary, and the mercenary will also be getting a hit. So all 3 survivors are injured. That 1 cipher machine at 99% that the hunter keeps guarding, so the survivors can't pop, is really turning out to be quite a hassle for the survivors. Sending the ghost towards the 2nd story outside walls where there is a survivor, Jelly. He is decoding that cipher machine, but Hunter is making sure that she will be infecting him and teleporting to the survivor, so it looks like he will be the next chase. He will be going down once she hits him because they are all at half health. Will be using the he did use his rocket but was also scared, and he will be going down, and this is starting to look very good for the side of the Hunter, seeing that these survivors are all injured. Going for the save. They do need to have either a prime cipher or the hunter has to leave the chair, but the main body is still a chair while the ghost is going toward that 10th cipher that's being worked on at 42%. Meanwhile, another survivor is coming for the back door, but the main body has to leave that area in order for the save to come. XMX is coming for the save. He is the mercenary, so he can still save after taking a hit. It looks like the hunter will be teleporting to the barmaid, getting 100% corruption, and will be downing the barmaid. Meanwhile, the mercenary was able to get the save off onto the weeping clown, and they are already parting ways and making sure that the hunter can't get a double down in this situation. The hunter will be chairing the barmaid, and her cipher machine is stopped at 53%. Hunter, oh my goodness, it was gonna be a basement chair. Oh, this is not looking good. It looks like the hunter is unable to find the other survivors on the opposite side of the map. XMX is already here, getting ready to save the barmaid from the basement, and the last cipher machine has not been touched yet. It's looking like the survivors are struggling a little. Oh, I see. The ghost is still latched onto Jelly, so he can't go near that cipher machine, or she is going to infect him and stop the cipher machine from getting any progress. So the survivors don't have much options here. It looks like they're just going to leave that cipher machine and leave the barmaid and allowing her to blink hit. Wow, and the mercenary will be going down. Hunter will be coming right back to the chair in case there's a survivor coming. Jelly was attempting to come and save the barmaid, but he wasn't able to do so. Hunter will be infecting the barmaid and teleporting right back to the 2nd story walls corner, but the survivor isn't anywhere nearby. Jelly does have crows, I believe. So she has been getting alerts because he hasn't been able to touch any of the cipher machine because the ghost was teleporting again. back and forth and right towards him. He has a pocket watch, so Jelly will be able to prolong this kite a little longer. Hunter will be sending her ghost off towards the mercenary. He has crawled quite a bit, so it does look like it will be a while before the hunter can find him. But she wants to make sure that if he does get up, she'll teleport to him right away. And so in order to waste his self-heal, and then she can just go for the slugging method. Jelly, however, has already used self-heal, so if Jelly goes down, it's all she has to do is find the mercenary. So it looks like she'll just be recalling the ghost to the... Oh my goodness, she infected him and he was able to get out. He has another item. He had an elbow pad, and so he was able to dash away, and he is trying to get away once again, and the hunter will be teleporting back to the bridge while he is going towards the second story corner. Main body is going towards the tent, still looking for the... Oh, she found the mercenary, and she's already latched onto the Weeping Clown. So if she chairs this mercenary, she is able to also chair this Weeping Clown, and it looks like the Weeping Clown is trying to search up the chest and get an item that will be useful. All she has to do is wait for the cooldown for the infection, and then she can infect the survivor and teleport to him right away. But there is a tablet on that side of the map which she will be teleporting to and making her way towards the Weeping Clown. The Weeping Clown was able to find a syringe, so he will be healing himself up to 100%. Hunter trying to get additional scares on him, but only at 2%. And it looks like he will be kiting, trying to kite out this chair and make it to the dungeon, but dungeon is not anywhere near this area. Will be getting 89%, almost 100%. Will be getting 100% corruption. Will be getting additional scares and getting a hit onto the survivor as he leaves and goes towards second story. The dungeon is in the middle area, and it does look like the survivor is aware of this fact. Blink hit and he will be going down, and that's a 4-man elimination for MRC XC.
3セット取り返すしかないか、もうここを4必須ぐらいチャンスはある。まあ
It is the MRC survivors going against Wolf's Hunter. It will be Ivy on Moonlit River Park, already sending off her ghost towards Kwang K, who is the got small and I can't really see at the moment, but it is the first officer. It doesn't look like she wants to chase the first officer. Meanwhile, the main body going into will be getting an infection on the first officer. Will be calling the ghost back to the main body in second story, and it looks like she has caught the blood trails of Nanako, and for the time being it does look like she will be going after the Antiquarian, getting an infection and teleporting to her right away. Antiquarian only at 18% corruption. Hunter already sending her ghost towards Xiao Di, who is the psychologist. Will be teleporting to her, a much more ideal target since Antiquarian has the ability to harass, and that may prolong the kite. So it does look like she will be going for this psychologist instead. Psychologist does have to take up to 3 hits, but that won't be too much of a problem. Will be getting the 100% corruption, but Hunter has not yet hit her. Will be hitting her now, but the ghost is still latched onto her, so the Hunter knows exactly where this psychologist is. She will be getting on the roller coaster and will be transitioning away. The ghost has gotten off of that survivor and is going back into the 2-story where Nanako was decoding. Will be infecting and teleporting back onto the Antiquarian once again after leaving the psychologist. It looks like the Hunter will be having to vault through this window and go down. Will be able to throw down that pallet, getting 100% corruption, and will be getting the first injury onto a survivor. Actually, the psychologist was the first injury. Never mind. Second injury to the survivor, but psychologist does have that stress effect where she can eat up to 1 hit and still be blinked down through the wall. Amazing precision on the side of ChoAi, and he will be taking her to the chair for the first time. The first survivor on the chair. 1 cipher machine has been completed, second cipher machine at 84, third cipher machine at 46, and 22 and 15%. So they have started on all 5 cipher machine. We already have first officer in the area using his watch and making his way to the chair. Hunter did swing a couple of times but hasn't been able to land a hit quite yet. Will be able to get the hit now while the first officer gets a save off onto the anti-Aquarian, getting 100% corruption on the first officer and is able to get injury onto the first officer, and the first officer will be going down as soon as Tide Turner is over. However, Nanako was able to get out of second story and transition to the walls area here with all these pallets to work with. Hunter is catching up with her main body. Meanwhile, she is starting to make her way towards the getting 100% corruption in the middle of this map, but she was able to transition to the opposite side of the map. 2 cipher machines have been completed. Third cipher machine at 86, fourth at 67, and the 5th cipher machine still at 15%. Hunter will be bringing her back near 2-story, trying to bring her back to this side of the map so that the cipher machines on the 2-story side of the map can't be decoded. And it looks like the ghost is already scouting out the area, making sure that there are no survivors nearby. There aren't any survivors in 2-story, and it looks like ChoAi is coming in for the save. He is the airplanist, but he does not have Tide Turner, so he will have to try and eat a hit for the survivor. Oh, wonderful precision. Was trying to body block for the anti-Aquarium, but she was able to down her right away. This is the elimination for the anti-Aquarian, since this is her 3rd chair. 3 cipher machines, however, have been completed and 3 survivors left with all full health. And it looks like the hunter has changed her target to the first officer, but first officer does have the pocket watch to work with. 4th cipher machine almost complete at 92%, getting a hit onto the first officer, and it looks like the first officer is transitioning away. The hunter has noticed the cipher machine being worked on inside of 2-story, and the psychologist has been infected. Will be teleporting to the opposite side of the map, and meanwhile the ghost is still on 2-story. The main body is going towards 4th stop. This 2-story cipher is not able to get any progress, or the cipher outside of 2-story and walls also isn't able to get progress. Oh, getting 100% corruption onto the first officer, the only survivor with half injury. So now with that hit, he is going down, and it does look like the hunter will be chairing this first officer while sending the ghost back inside of 2-story. We did see psychologist has already made her way to the 2nd floor, and she will be getting ready to make the save while the ghost is traveling to the opposite side of the map and trying to deter ChoAi's cipher machine from getting worked on. 4 cipher machines have been completed. In order to win this round for the MRC survivors, they just need 1 man to escape. Will be teleporting to the airplanist and getting an injury onto the airplanist cipher machine. It looks like meanwhile that was happening, the psychologist has come to the chair to get a save onto the first officer, and was able to get the save onto the first officer, and the main body will be going straight back to the first officer's chair. She has only seen the blood trails of the psychologist, so she will be chasing the psychologist. However, psychologist is still at full health, so she can still get she can get 2 hits before going down. And the airplanist is back on that cipher machine, is at 85%. Will be getting the 100% corruption, but missing her hit, and she's still at full health, but kind of caught in a pickle here. Yeah, and she will be finally getting the hit onto the psychologist. Cipher machines was at 85%. It's almost primed. Hunter will be teleporting to him right away, and it looks like he will also be sending the ghost towards 2nd story cipher machines. They will be breaking that tablet, so she has to reinfect a person. 2 cipher machines are being worked at on this side of the map. Hunter will be infecting the first officer once again. First officer already had some time on the chair and attempting to make another infection, but it looks like she will be teleporting to that cipher machine while the ghost guards the cipher machine that the airplanist is at, and So it looks like the survivors are all working on each a different cipher machine and trying to disperse the hunter's attention, teleporting right back to this first officer's cipher machine. Since he did have some time already on the chair, the hunter does want to concentrate on him a little more, but she's going back and forth a lot, trying to get corruption onto these survivors, but not being able to do so. And it looks like the hunter is once again using the ghost to try and latch onto this. Oh, blinking and downing the aeroplanist. Aeroplanist does have the cipher machine with the most progress, and he's the only survivor on this side of this map, meaning that the other survivors have to travel across the map in order to get this save. We already see that the psychologist is making her way all the way around the map, going using the opposite bridge because she wants to stay away from the hunter as much as possible. While the hunter is coming towards the first officer, she did notice that the psychologist is taking the long way route to come and save this airplanist, but this is the first time on the chair for the airplanist, so it's just a lot of back and forth movement from the hunter, getting the down onto the first officer. Psychologist trying to get the down right back onto the, oh my goodness, she's doing a very good job guarding these cipher machines and the chair. The psychologist is running out of options because she is half health, so that means if she goes for this save, the hunter may just down her without her being able to save this airplanist. So it looks like she will just have to keep the hunter's attention while the first officer gets up. The first officer still has self-heal, so he was able to get up, and he is destroying that tablet so that hunter cannot teleport to him right away, and the survivors just need to kite and stay alive long enough. We'll be getting an infection onto the first officer, and we'll be teleporting to the first officer. Oh, getting 100% corruption and going down very soon here, and he doesn't have self-heal, so if the psychologist goes down, it is over. But that psychologist cipher machine is at 99%. It's primed, and so she can't leave because the first officer is chaired. Hunter is dropping down the first officer, forcing her to pop that cipher machine, but she wasn't able to get that pop in time, so the hunter will be teleporting to her with detention and will be going after her. She does not have to chair the first officer because first officer does not have self-heal. She will be getting the down onto the psychologist, and that's a 4-man elimination for the Wolves Hunter ChoAi.
これは
あっちもさすがに遠いんで釣りですね。
ありますね。
おー、ちょんあいだな。この派遣がおご
ドローと
えげつ。
It is the Wolves survivors going against MRC Hunter. It will be the Dream Witch on Arms Factory, already moving her main body towards D-King. D-King is the puppeteer and he can't eat up a lot of hits, so it looks like it won't be the ideal chase for the hunter, but on the survivor side, it is a very good first chase. It looks like the leech follower is going also around, but hasn't quite found a target. Main body is going towards 487 and Jelly. It looks like Jelly is the psychologist and 487 is the female dancer. Already putting down these slow music boxes. Will be leeching the female dancer, trying to throw down that pallet. Will be using the spin ability to make it to this next pallet. There are already 2 followers on this area. Will be throwing down another slow box in this area, but will be eating a hit with her leech. So it does look like the hunter has to leech her once again, and there's only 1 main body follower on the female dancer for now, but she has re-leeched the female dancer, and now female dancer has to kite with these 2 followers around her. It's going to be quite challenging. She does have a lot of slow music boxes in this area. Hopefully that will help her avoid any additional damages, but the hunter does have blink. Oh, we'll be running into the main body follower's leech, and therefore her leech will still be on her. Will be cheering her for the first time in this corner. Hunter will be breaking these pallets and getting rid of all these slow boxes so that the survivor can't rebound kite after she is rescued off from this chair. She has no more music boxes to work with if the hunter does end up destroying all of them, in which she does end up doing. We do see that the wildling is already on his board and is making his way towards the chair, and it looks like the hunter is trying to get some additional leeches onto the map. Wildling has gotten off of his board and he will not be approaching the chair quite yet, and it does look like it will be after half, or they will just choose to sell. 2 cipher machines have been completed, the 3rd cipher machine at 49% and the 4th cipher machine at 16%. Seeing that XNS is not getting any closer to the survivor, it does look like he will not be getting this rescue onto the female dancer, seeing that her music boxes have all been destroyed and she has no potential to rebound kite. And seeing that there's only one rescuer on the team with Tide Turner, they may be wanting to save it for a more opportune moment. Hunter has already made her way across the map, and it looks like she will be running into Jelly, who is the psychologist. She has thrown out that pallet in case the main body follower does end up coming towards her. She is going towards her leech and will be eating a hit from the leech follower, making sure to get rid of one of the followers that are going after her. Only the main body follower is available for now. She does have that stress effect, so she can still eat up another additional hit before going down. Is going to buy a lot of time in the pallet, but the hunter follower will be blinking and getting an additional damage on her. She has to be careful now because she will be going down to another hit. She does have these 2 pallet areas to work in the middle of this map, but Hunter is going to leech her once again, so she will have to go and try to avoid 2 leeches. Will be going to a more stronger kiting area, throwing down those pallets. Hunter does have blink, so she has to be very careful. Will be vaulting that pallet and going around to the next pallet. Oh, was not able to throw down that pallet without getting hit, and she will be going down for the first time. However, 3 cipher machines are completed. The 4th cipher machine will be completed very shortly, and a 55% on the last cipher machine, and the hunter will be taking her to the chair, but it looks like she's going to be taking her towards, will be dropping her. Does not plan on chairing her quite yet, and it looks like she will be getting her carried. Oh, she was able to struggle, but another leech follower was already there and was able to down her right away. We do see the wildling is on his board and ready to harass this hunter and prevent her from picking up this psychologist. He does have a lot of time on this board because it's only his 2nd time. Will be getting a 1 board hit. He has to be careful to avoid another hit and not get any injury. Will be getting off his board and leaving, while the one of the followers will be going after the wildling. He does have to come for this save. He does have Tide Turner, but his board is on cooldown, and one of the followers are continuously chasing after him, most likely his leech follower, and it looks like the hunter just needs to find where this puppeteer is. Oh, it looks like she has found the puppeteer. He is kiting. Will be getting that pallet stun onto the follower, while the leech follower is continuously going after this puppeteer trying to prime up that cipher machine at 80%. It is not his leech, so he cannot take a hit for... Oh, wonderful backdoor save onto the psychologist. We'll see that the puppeteer did take a hit in his puppet form, so it's only 25% damage. The cipher machines at 80% was able to get that save with Tide Turner blink, but was not able to get a hit, but getting the hit soon after. And it looks like the hunter is concentrating on the wildling and psychologist once again, while also sending a leech towards the puppeteer to try and stop that cipher machine from being primed. It's at 80%. Wildling is back on his board, so he is safe for now. One of the leeches are still on the puppeteer. It looks like she has another leech is going after the wildling. Haven't seen the psychologist quite yet. She does have a leech, but she doesn't have a leech remover, so it looks like her leech will continuously be in this map. Blink and getting close to the wildling and downing him with his leech followers. So there's only 2 followers left on this map, and it looks like the main body is guarding this 80% cipher machine, so the puppeteer cannot get anywhere close to this cipher. Hasn't quite spotted him out, but his scratch marks are on the ground. And it looks like the hunter is going to be targeting him for the most part. There are no other. Oh, it looks like the psychologist's leech is finally in the area. Psychologist finally picked up a deleeching ability mark, so she was able to deleech her spawn follower. Hunter only has the main body follower going after this puppeteer right now, and the psychologist and the wildling are trying to meet up and possibly get a heal off. Hunter is still trying to locate them at this time, but she has seen the blood trails. Oh, has not seen the blood trails, and she will be going back to the, or she has seen them, but she wants to make sure that there isn't a survivor on the shack cipher machine, so she is going back, and the puppeteer is continuously maintaining this attention's hunter and keeping her main body from leaving the cipher machine and going after either the psychologist or the wildling. The wildling was able to get a heal off with the help of the psychologist, and it looks like the hunter is back onto the puppeteer. Puppeteer is buying so much time for his teammates. He can get into, he will just be taking a normal hit and will be transitioning out of this shack area after getting all this damage. And it looks like the 2 survivors were able to heal. However, puppeteer cannot get healed unless he is healing someone else. He'll get a 25% heal, or he can't get the heal through the psychologist. So it does look like he is trying to make his way towards the psychologist, and the hunter is looking for a survivor. Will be able to make a leech onto the wildling, and wildling is near the was able to get onto his boar, and the boar will be taking a hit for the wildling. So the survivors are constantly staying on this shack cipher machine and pressuring the hunter and keeping her from leaving this cipher machine, while also getting completely healed up. And it is great that the wildling is at the cipher, because he does have that boar and he can eat lots of hits for the survivor and still maintain full health. So it looks like the hunter has sent one of her followers towards the but it's already coming back, and the wildling is sandwiched and he will be eating a hit. However, there was a heal off onto the puppeteer, and the puppeteer did heal the psychologist, and so the puppeteer is back at full health. But blink hit and downing the wildling. The wildling's boar was on cooldown, so he wasn't able to do much at that situation with the leech on him. It looks like she will finally be leeching the psychologist as well. She is at 25% injury, but she can take a normal hit, and this hunter doesn't have any tripping damage abilities, so it does look like she will be fine. The hunter will be getting ready to pick up the wildling, and the only problem with this is the survivors did a very good job keeping the hunter away, but cipher machines have not been moving, and they keep going back to that 80% cipher machine. They may need to start a different cipher machine at this point, because this 80% cipher machine is so heavily guarded, and on top of that 2 cipher machines are at the shack, so that means the hunter just needs to guard this one area, and she's already camping 2 cipher machines, and then there is 1 cipher machine at the middle that the survivors also can't touch, so the cipher machines are a complete standstill. The wildling has gone down. There are 2 leeches on the survivors. We will get a hit onto the psychologist with her leech follower, so the leech has disappeared. There's only 2 followers on this map. We'll be getting another leech onto the puppeteer now. Back to having 3 leeches on this map, and he is making his way back towards the shack cipher, but he is not able to make it. Was able to bait out the puppet and not blink on the puppeteer. Puppeteer is making his way back to that cipher machine. And the hunter is pursuing this puppeteer for now while continuously guarding this wildling. Wildling does want to get up with his self-heal, but not with a follower next to him. And it looks like he is kind of caught here in the open, will be taking a normal hit, and the survivors are trying to start a new cipher machine, but Hunter is already next to them and will be leeching the middle cipher machine. And the wildling still has not gotten up. It looks like the hunter is going after the psychologist and still keeping tabs on the... Wow. Hunter is guarding the cipher machines. He's keeping tab on the wildling and also keeping tabs on the psychologist. So just incredible multitasking on the side of XC here. The main body is staying in the middle cipher machine, and one of the followers are guarding the two cipher machines near Shack, and another survivor is going after the psychologist, blink it and downing the psychologist with her leech follower. So she does not have another follower on the map, but she still has two leeches on the follower. Will be leeching the puppeteer again, and this is looking very dangerous for the side of the survivor. She's already sending one of the followers to go and pick up the psychologist while one of the puppeteer going back and forth and just doing an incredibly good job here. Oh, was able to break that pallet with one of the survivors and down the puppeteer. It looks like the wildling has expired. Did he not have self-heal? I'm not sure. And it looks like the hunter will be going for the leech onto the psychologist, and the puppeteer is being held up and will be going after the psychologist once again. Doesn't look like she's going to be carrying the puppeteer anytime soon. She is probably going to go for this slugging method, and as soon as he struggles free, she will down him immediately. She's trying to stay alive here at this pallet, but she also already used self-heal, so if she goes down, it is over for the side of the survivors. He was able to struggle free, but there was another follower already waiting for him as soon as she got up, and it looks like she will continuously do this method. Hasn't picked him up quite yet, but will be picking him up now and waiting for him to struggle with another follower close behind. Will be continuously pursuing this psychologist. And it looks like the psychologist is doing a very good job, but it's just a matter of time before she goes down. There's not much options for the side of the survivors. There's only two survivers left. Will's able to struggle free and downing him right away, and then going back and concentrating on this psychologist, leeching her once again, and cipher machines cannot move. The cipher machines are just completely still, so there's just no options for this survivor. She has to either wait for the puppeteer to bleed out, or it's just a matter of time. As soon as the puppeteer gets a little bit of healing on, he will be ballooned once again. Hunter is just... she's gonna play the long game. She's gonna get rid of all the resources so she can't kite any longer, and then once she runs out of pallets in the entire map, she won't be able to kite very long, and she will just be going down. So it looks like this was able to struggle again. It seems like the third or fourth time this puppeteer has already struggled, and it looks like the hunter is continuously going to blink closer and re-leech this psychologist once again, and psychologist is getting the cipher machine primed at 93%, so the hunter has no choice but to chair the puppeteer and go after this survivor. It is at 93%, but it's not quite finished. Hunter is making sure that she is not going to be able to get out. The dungeon is in the complete other corner of the map. She will be vaulting, so the survivor can't vault, and that's a 4-man elimination for MRC. It is the MRC survivors going against Wolf's Hunter. It will be Anne on the arms factory already, making her way towards the shack where she will be running into Xiao Di, who is the barmaid. Doesn't look like she's been able to spot her quite yet. She's already made her way towards corner walls, and Hunter is already making her way towards there. Will be throwing her cats to try and see this survivor. It does look like she was able to find this barmaid. She will be vaulting that window. She doesn't have window block, and she will just be following this survivor on foot. She's very close. She can take a hit very soon, but is choosing not to. Will be hitting her now, and she will be able to transition into these two pallet area. Hunter will be throwing down her cats right away, jumping to the survivor, breaking this pallet, and she has been able to. She's so close to getting her drink off. She'll be back at full health, making her way back out of this area to these mini walls here. She does have one pallet and window to work with. Will be getting a cat onto the survivor. She was able to heal up, so she will be able to eat another hit. Will be taking a stun and a hit, and will be taking her second drink, and the hunter will be roping right next to the window, but she was able to get to that pallet. She will be able to throw down that pallet, and the hunter has missed her cats, and she is able to kite a little further. She has used flywheel, and she was able to get the heal off for a second time, and she is transitioning around this tank and going back into walls, just doing an amazing job. Got another cat onto her, jumping next to her, and she's gotten so close, but she's at full health, so she can take another hit. Was able to get that window vault. She canceled. Oh, she has now gotten out of this area, back at this window. Hunter will be vaulting this window. She'll be going back out of the walls and transitioning into the windows. Was able to get that vault, but Hunter was able to land the cats onto the barmaid. Was able to vault that window, but get a stun, and she will be able to get the second hit onto the survivor. However, cipher machines, 3 cipher machines have been completed during this time, and the third and fourth and fifth cipher machines are being worked on at 50 and 63%. Throwing down another cat and finally getting another cat onto the survivor. She's just doing a very good job containing this hunter, and the hunter is just having a very hard time downing this survivor. Will be jumping next to the hunter, stunning her, and will be getting her down for the first time. The fourth cipher machine is about to be finished very soon. The fifth cipher machine is being primed up, so this is looking like a 4-man endgame. Barmaid, however, does not have borrowed time. The only person with borrowed time is the Gravekeeper, so it looks like the Gravekeeper has to eat a hit for the survivor, and then they will have to pop the cipher machine. The cipher is at 95%. It will be primed very soon. Nanako is also here, possibly getting the body block. Oh, will be getting the hit onto the survivor. Will be getting the save with Tide Turner, and she is able to get out. Hunter is throwing the cats onto the Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper looks like he will be the one chased in this instance. He is jumping, stunning, and will be downing the Gravekeeper. However, the Gravekeeper does have the Embalmer's coffin on him, so if he is cheered, he will be resurrected. He is resurrected right away around the middle. Hunter has changed her target once again to Barmaid, who was trying to open up that cipher machine, but it stopped at 50%. Will be going down, and this is looking like a 3-man escape on the side of the survivors. Excellent job on the side of this Barmaid, and just containing the hunter the entirety of this game.
されないように一応異形で中間探すけどいない。半逃げした。そっからいやーほんとさっき
It
傲
is
慢に甘えてる余裕はないと。
MRC survivors going against Wolf's Hunter. It will be the Hermit on Chinatown, already connecting his cipher machines and heading towards the middle of the cipher. Looks like he'll be running into Love Left or Nanako. Will be throwing a charge onto the survivor. It looks like he has seen Love Left. Love Left is the embalmer of the group. He does have a coffin to work with in case he does go down early. Will be opening up his coffin on the bridge and dropping down and transitioning away. Hunter will be getting the red charge on him and will be taking the first hit. His charge was not shared with any of the survivors because the survivors can't change the charge color at this moment, so it looks like he will be going down to the second hit if he cannot get the charge shared with his survivor. He is doing a very good job staying out of line of sight, but while he is at this pallet, he was gotten the blue charge, transitioning to the window, is sharing the charge with the fire investigator. Chooses not to vault that window because as soon as he vaults, he will get that red charge. Hunter is getting ready to get this red charge on the survivor. He is on the he wasn't able to get the charge and stun the survivor. We do see that the forward is also in this area. Wonderful stun, keeping the Hunter away from this embalmer. Hunter getting ready to use another red charge, and forward does not have a single charge on him, so if he does hit the embalmer, he does get the hit onto the embalmer, but he was shared his charge, so he is still alive at this moment. And the Hunter is continuously going after this survivor, getting the red charge on him, trying to stun him. Oh, wonderful job on the side of the forward, stunning him once again. Hunter closing the distance using warp and not allowing Love Left to enter into that vaulting area. Will be stunning him and downing him. He does have the coffin to utilize once he's charged, so the Hunter doesn't, so the survivors don't have to go for the save. He did make some distance. He is near the middle, but Hunter is bringing him right back near his coffin so the Hunter can meet him as soon as he is resurrected. Hunter is making his way towards the coffin, checking on the cipher machine progress, making a few changes, and it looks like the cipher machine is at 82, 87, and the other cipher machines are sharing that progress, and so they are progressing similarly. And it doesn't look like the embalmer did not choose to heal himself. Oh, got a hit onto the Weeping Clown coming in for the save here. Was able to get the save before half with Tide Turner. Hunter will be trying to stun Love Left once again, but we do have the forward in the area. Gonna get some help. He's getting... Nope, was not gonna be using his football anytime soon. Was able to eat more damage because the damage was shared, but all of the survivors are... Oh, unfortunately, forward will be going down. A lot of the survivors are injured, so this is looking kind of difficult for the side of these survivors. Will be cheering the forward, but the survivors need to start healing. They've been stacking up a lot of damage, and none of the survivors are at full health. We can see that Xiao can actually come for this save here because he does have that shared charge with the fire investigator, so he will not be going down. It does look like Xiao Di will be coming here with his rocket. Did get a little stun here, will take the normal hit and will be getting the save off onto the forward, and the Hunter will be putting a red charge on forward and trying to get the blue charge on him, missing. Amazing job avoiding these charges. Will be caught out in the open, but he has shared the charge once again, so he will not be going down. However, the fire investigator has gone down, and only 2 cipher machines have been completed. Warping right into hotel, running into Love Left, trying to avoid the Hunter, but he's caught out in the open and he will be going down, and that's a 2-man down for the side of this Hunter. It's looking very good for the Hunter. The basement is also in this area, and it does look like the Hunter is going to be chairing this embalmer in the basement. Embalmer does have the coffin to work with. No, the coffin went to Nanako. Oh my goodness, he cannot resurrect himself. So it does look like the survivors will be healing up. The Xiao Di, who is the Weeping Clown, does have wanted order on him, so the Hunter is aware of where those 2 survivors were at during that time, because he was also healed during this time. Will be teleporting using the teleportation orb and landing right next to the Weeping Clown, but it does look like he will not be able to make it in time, and the embalmer will be expiring and returning to the manor along with his coffin is no longer on Nanako. The hunter is moving up looking at Hwasi. Hwasi is at half health. He is sharing damage with Xiaodi, so he can get a hit, but hunter will be avoiding the fire investigator's ball. But how did he get a stun onto him when he was on a different elevation? But it's okay, he got the stun and he is able to eat the hit onto the fire investigator. Fire investigator, wonderful placement of his balls, avoiding all the exits so that the hunter cannot enter through. Hunter will have to break all these balls, and now the fire investigator does not have any items to work with. Staying at this bridge, and hunter will be using the teleportation orb, but was not able to stun this survivor, and he is able to escape and go towards a different place, walking backwards and trying to catch this survivor off guard. Will be getting the blue stun, and he will be going down. Wow, only 2 cipher machines have been completed. The 3rd cipher machine will be completed very soon, and all the cipher machine has so much progress, but they're still not prime, so this is looking a little dangerous for the side of the survivors. Hunter going straight back to Nanako. Nanako does not have much health left. He will not be going down because he is sharing charge with Xiaodi, but actually no, he will go down. Hunter will be stunning him, and he is caught out in the open before getting close to the chair, looking very bad here. One person chaired, one person is down, and one person does not have enough health to survive out of the situation. If he is found, hunter will not be chairing the forward yet, because it does look like this hunter wants a 4-man elimination, and these cipher machines are not moving, because if he does touch a cipher machine, he will get a charge, and that will be very dangerous. It does look like Xiao Di has picked up a pocket watch to utilize and try to kite out in this situation, but if he doesn't touch a cipher machine or get a syringe, he is running out of options. Hunter will be using his teleportation orb, going to the other side of the map. It does look like he has tinnitus, so he knows that he is in this area. Xiao Di moving out already, going towards the bridge, and it looks like he was able to miss and avoid those 2 stuns. Will be using his pocket watch to try and prolong this kite. Doesn't look like he would enter the hospital. Hunter is trying to pinpoint this survivor's location and trying to land a stun on him, but it was able to get a blue stun onto the survivor Swang, but hasn't been able to land a hit quite yet. Getting his red charge ready, will be getting the stun with that. Oh, and downing him right away. We do see the Ford has picked up a perfume, and is not gonna be that helpful because he will still go down to a normal hit, so perfume is not the most idealistic item. We'll be getting the warp, getting it very close to the Ford and trying to stun him. Misses a red charge, but he's kind of in the open, will be going down. Ford already has utilized his self-heal, so if the hunter goes back to Xiao Di and chairs him, it is over for the survivors. He is already making his way towards Xiao Di, getting the blue stun onto the weeping cloud, and it looks like he will be catching a rule soon. Checking the cipher machines, the window here is broken because they were vaulted too many times. Will be getting the hit and downing this survivor, and that's a 4 elimination for the side of Wolves. ChoAi. It is the Wolves survivors going against XC Hunter. It will be Anne on Ever Sleeping, just kidding, on Chinatown. She'll be entering hospital and going towards 487, who is playing the coordinator. Was going to look, it looks like she ran into a different survivor in the middle of the map. Is following the blood trails of Jelly, who is the weeping clown, and also running into D King, so she has a lot of options on who she wants to choose. It looks like it is going to be D King, who is the antiquarian here. Was able to disable her stick, so she won't be able to stun this hunter quite yet. Will be able to throw down that pallet. Hunter will be breaking that pallet immediately as she tries to transition back into hotel. Will be throwing her cats onto the antiquarian, jumping next to her, stunning her, and was able to take a first hit onto the antiquarian. She will be throwing down that pallet, and she will be going straight up to the second floor, and she is already on the bridge. Hunter is following close behind. It's hard to throw cats if she falls down, and she will fall down as soon as the hunter throws her cats, and Hunter will be falling down closely behind. It looks like she's making her way right back to the... Oh my goodness! She attempted to stun the hunter, but she had excitement and she downs this antiquarian right away. She will be cheering this antiquarian inside of... Oh no, she's not going to be cheering... Oh, it looks like she was trying to see who was inside the hotel, because the basement is in this area, and she is planning to just cheer her in the first floor and not the basement. But Weeping Clown is in this area, so if she does try to take her all the way to the basement, there is a possibility that he could use his rocket and stun her and save the antiquarian off of the chair, and antiquarian will be able to use her stick to stun the hunter right away. So there are a lot of options. Looks like the hunter just decided to quickly chair the survivor instead. We have two survivors coming in for the save. We'll have this cat landing on the survivor, stunning them twice, but Jelly was able to block the cats for the antiquarian and also stunning the hunter a little and allowing her to transition away. Hunter will be throwing more cats onto the survivor. We have a body block by one of the survivors going to take the cat instead. It is the coordinator. Coordinator will be stunning the hunter and will be trying to get away, and the antiquarian has got in quite a distance from all the support from these survivors. The rocket by the Weeping Clown and the stun gun by the coordinator. Hunter is changing targets and she's going towards the coordinator. Coordinator doesn't have any more items to utilize, and it does look like Hunter is planning to chase this coordinator for now, waiting for those cats, but it doesn't look like she'll just be able to get a hit onto the coordinator. And she is following her down as she tries to enter into this building. Oh, we'll be using that pallet and we'll be trying to get further away. Hunter is throwing her cats, and the cats have landed onto the antiquarian, using her jumps to close the distance, and she is getting very close to the antiquarian. Is going to set up the cross there to call her cats and get closer, but the antiquarian was able to make it to this pallet. She will be throwing this pallet and waiting around at this corner, staying out of line of sight so that she can't get any cats landed onto her. Hunter will be throwing cats as she goes to this corner, and it has landed on the coordinator and getting the down onto the coordinator. 3 cipher machines completed, the 4th cipher machine at 88% and the last cipher machine at 13 and 7%. And this is the coordinator's first chair. We have 2 survivors injured, and we see that the GameKeeper XMX is already making his way to the chair. Hunter teleporting to the 4th cipher machine that has just been completed, making his way to Jelly. Jelly already utilizing his rockets to get distance from this hunter. Will be getting off this rocket, but was not able to land a hit onto Jelly. Jelly is at half damage, so he will be going down if he gets hit again. Looks like Hunter is changing targets once again. He is going towards D King, who is the antiquarian. It does look like the hunter is still looking around and trying to see which last cipher machine is being worked on. We'll be closing the distance by using her jumping ability to get to the antiquarian. Antiquarian is able to make it to this pallet. Hunter is just gonna walk right through. She is a little cautious here because we will be getting a hit and she will be going down. The hunter does not have excitement anymore, so the survivor could possibly have stunned, but it looks like she chose just to walk through those pallets, and the hunter also just walked through the pallets without much hassle, and the antiquarian is being chaired for the second time. We have the GameKeeper coming for the save, but it looks like cipher machines are primed at 98%, so this is a 4-man endgame. We'll be trying to get the body block, getting the stun onto the survivor and downing the antiquarian. Cipher machines have popped and everyone is up and running for those exit gates. Hunter is still going after D King, the antiquarian. Antiquarian trying to stay alive using these pallets. We'll be using the jump, going back and forth here, trying to be cautious. Flywheel avoiding any hits, is able to get the down onto the antiquarian, and the exit gates are not quite open yet. She is going back to the manor because this is her third chair, and it looks like one of the exit gates is being opened. 85% teleporting to the side exit gate, and they have not been able to open up that exit gate. And he was down the anti-queer fast enough, was able to get a stun off to the coordinator, and she has downed the coordinator. Jelly is still in this area. Hunter has used her cat, and she will be chairing the coordinator for the second time. Both exit gates are open, so this is looking like a two-man escape for the side of Wolf survivors. But it hasn't ended quite yet. The dungeon is also in this area, so the GameKeeper is waiting at the exit gate. He will be leaving, and Jelly is considering to get a save, but it doesn't look like that will be the case because the coordinator will be expiring soon and the hunter still has detention, so that will be a two-man elimination.
ハンターが1セリ以上しやすいマップ。
あ、残ってんの境界レオンもエミン。
It is the MRC survivors going against Wolf's Hunter. It will be the wax artist on Leo's memory. Hunter already making his way towards Factory Lovelet, going to the second story, and Hunter will be not going up those stairs and will be going out here. We have Nanako hiding behind this tree. Hunter was not able to notice, and he was able to avoid the Hunter completely by using this very thin tree to hide his body, and it looks like Hunter will be going after ChoAi, who is the psychologist, already blocking off that window and going back to the window, but she went the other way, so she will be following the blood trails of this survivor. She's trying to stay alive and try not to eat so much wax behind these walls. However, she's already at 84 wax. Hunter walking backwards while she makes her way to the pallets. Once again, she will be getting the window vault and moving away from this Hunter. Hunter waiting at that pallet for a millisecond, realizing the survivor already moved on, getting the 100% wax onto the Hunter and getting the second hit onto the psychologist. Psychologist moving to a different area in the walls. 56% wax on her, and she can eat. She was able to eat up to 2 hits, but she will be going down at this time, so she has to be very careful. Hunter is throwing another wax ball, and she is at 100% wax once again. Will be able to miss that, avoid that hit, and Hunter had to use warp to, oh my goodness, she's just doing such an amazing job kiting out this Hunter. She forced him to use trait, and he was still not able to down her, but will be downing her for sure this time by using that wax ball, and she will be chaired in this area. 2 cipher machines have been completed. The 3rd cipher machine will be completed very soon. The 4th cipher machine already at 10%, and the survivors are searching for their new cipher machines. It does look like the seer went to the corner cipher machine. Hunter is getting closer, trying to maybe wax it off, but the walls are in the way, so that does make it quite difficult. And it doesn't look like any of the survivors are coming to this chair quite yet, but Xiaodi is slowly making his way there. Hunter is getting tinnitus triggers, so he does realize there is a survivor coming for this save. It is the Weeping Clown, and he does have rockets to utilize since he is still very far away from the chair. Hunter is scouting this area using his rockets to get closer to the chair. Gets 100%. Oh, wax will be taking the hit and will be getting the save with Tide Turner. But the Hunter is now at 100% full presence, so he can use his hot wax and then down a survivor very quickly, so survivors have to be very careful. We see that the psychologist plans on going down here in this corner, and the Hunter is getting her ready to pick her up, but Xiaodi is unable to get a rocket stun onto the survivor, so it looks like the psychologist will be getting on the chair once again. 4th cipher machine will be completed very soon, and the last cipher machine at 76%. Hunter teleporting. Get away. It is the etymologist, and she's doing a very good job utilizing her bees for faster movement speed and avoiding the Hunter's wax. Dropping her bees at this pallet. Hunter will be getting rid of those bees, but she'll be recalling the bees right next to her, staying away from the line of sight and just avoiding all this wax while she is on her beast, she's just buying so much time for the survivors. 77% on one of the cipher machines and 36% on one of the cipher machines. Hunter is throwing the wax but unable to get the down to the survivor. She will be vaulting that pallet and she is just doing an amazing job. 54% on the last cipher machine. Nanako waiting in this corner once again behind this tree, just doing a very good job hiding from this hunter. And the hunter is going back on this survivor. She's using her bees once again and going back and forth. The seer is still in this area and wow, just using this one tree and dumpster and just hiding from this wax. Will finally get 100% wax and be going down with the hot wax. 99%. The cipher machines are ready and we have the seer already in the area getting ready for the save. Still has one owl to utilize. We'll be eating a lot of wax here, but we'll be able to get the save off onto the entomologist. Entomologist going down with the bees still covering this area, but it does not look like she has borrowed time, so she will be getting on the chair once more. Hunter does have teleport, so he will be teleporting to the exit gate, but Nanako is not at the exit gate and he's making his way to the chair and trying to get the save off onto the entomologist. Was able to get the save onto the entomologist. Hunter is throwing a lot of wax onto the seer. Seer trying to stay out of the wax, but we'll get 100% wax. We'll get the we'll get the hot wax and utilize his owl as soon as he is out of the wax state, and the hunter was not able to get a double hit onto this seer, and he is able to kite a little longer, getting the pallets done on the hunter, and he is at 54% wax. He has to be careful. He has another owl. Oh my goodness, and we have the weeping clown coming in here and getting the save. Oh, trying to bring the survivor with him on the rocket. We have 3 survivors here at this exit. This hunter does not have detention. The survivors have not been able to open up this exit gate quite yet. It's at 87%, and the hunter is going after the weeping clown. Oh my goodness, such good teamwork, but they have to be very careful. We have 2 survivors with already injury and 1 survivor that is at full health, but this is a wax artist with the hot wax. He can still down the survivor right away. Hunter is going back for the seer. Seer does have an owl available, and the exit gate, he will be using his owl right away to transition, and the hunter is continuously getting a lot of wax on him. 92% off flywheel, but he gets 100% wax. We'll be going down, but we did have a stun from the weeping clown, and it looks like weeping clown will be leaving very soon, and that is a 2 survivor escape for the side of MRC.